Howdy ho, Lions fans. Welcome to the Detroit Lions podcast. This is your special edition of the NFL 2025 draft. It is me, your dashing host, Chris, with the inimitable Russ Brown. How are you doing, brother? Glad to have you. Glad to do a draft show with you.
Dude, I'm good. Happy to be doing this. I'm not as good as you, though. I mean, look at the background. You're in this undisclosed location, probably working some CIA op or something.
That's right. That's right.
FBI most wanted over here.
Yeah, I couldn't get the lighting right and still do the background, but the background's more important than my face. I didn't iron my face this morning, so no one needs to see that. But no, sitting in Maui here for the live draft. It was the way things worked out. This was the only time I could get here, and I was like, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out somehow. So I've got a light bulb like a foot from my face, trying to make everything a little better. But we're here. How about you, brother? How you feeling about the draft right now?
Dude, I'm good. I'm entering this thing in the same way it started. I was sick in Mobile. I'm coming off another freaking cold. I don't know. I gotta say my prayers, take my vitamins or something. But I'm good. I'm over it. I'm kind of on the back end of it. So we're doing well. I'm intrigued to see how I feel tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's the busier night where I'm talking for like 90 picks compared to tonight. But very, very excited for tonight in this draft and the whole process. Can't wait to see what the Lions do. I'm going to pop out for a minute between like picks 13 through 16 to do some fantasy pro stuff real quick, but we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm excited to be doing this. I wish some of the other boys were joining us on the crew, but it's all right. Me and you, we're going to hold it down. We're going to have a lot of fun. I can't wait.
It's going to be a good time. I know it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
We've got Tennessee on the clock right now, 6:46 left, according to where I'm at. What are you seeing, Russ? What's your clock looking like?
Yeah, I mean, I've got 6:52 on the clock right now.
Okay.
We got 47-45 Pistons Knicks for the basketball fans out there. But Titans, I think it's going to be Cam Ward. I would have to assume that seems like a pretty locked thing up to this point. So, I mean, I think everybody's going to start this draft 1-for-1. But after that, it sounds like it's going to be off the rails. It sounds like Cleveland's moving too, but who knows?
Yeah. This is wild. I've to do this far away. It's mind-boggling to me the 21st century where we live.
Yeah.
Getting asked again on where's my time clock. I've got a timestamp as of right now, 6 minutes left on the clock for folks. So there you go. Now you can see where we're at. Yes, Maui is nice. It's better than Green Bay. But I wouldn't miss being here with you guys, Russ.
Yeah.
I mean, we had such a fun time in Mobile. Loved it, even though you were a little for a night.
Yeah, the one night was awesome. The beers went down smooth.
And then you got broke. Oh, man. I hope you're not allergic to me. Floundericious, thank you so much, brother. Villain time, as you say. It is villain time, and that super chat came rolling in. Thank you, sir.
Dude, I love that. Villain time. That is awesome. Shout out my kid, by the way. He's out here saying, "What's up, Padre?" Hello, Tyler.
Man, I don't know if it's because I'm closer to the draft or Maui's the time zone so far ahead that we get the information. We're faster than the clock, but Shane says I'm ahead by about 10 seconds. So there you go. Sorry about the lighting. It's all I can do here. Let's see. He heard Detroit. Oh, we got Sean. I'm just getting used to this interface. Introduced to me by your man Russ here, and it's fantastic. Brett Coleman said in the pre-draft show he heard that Detroit will be interesting tonight. He's going to say something big, but backtrack to the former teamer statement. What do you think about Brett Coleman to start with, Russ? Let's always start with the source, right, before we give any credence to anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've had dinner with Brett down in Mobile and talked some football with him. He's a relatively sharp dude. He knows the game of football. He does a great job presenting his product and breaking the game down. He does great film stuff on his YouTube channel, which is blanking me at the moment. But he's a great resource for the game of football. I don't know how connected he is to the people in Detroit. I have no idea. But I could see some type of firework for sure. I mean, there's just it. I've been saying it this whole draft season here on the Detroit Lions podcast with Bischoff and Brown. And I've said many times, it's not a great draft. I've got 14 first-round grades. I think, the Buffalo Bills, listening to Brandon Beane, he said they've got 13 or 12 first-round grades, somewhere in there. So I look at this and say, hey, if they've got a guy that's near the top of their board. Maybe that's a pass catcher. Maybe that's a defensive end. Maybe that's a defensive tackle. I don't know. If it's their guy, go up and get your guy. And if that means it's going to make something interesting, it's going to be a firework, go do it, because you need to go get good football players. And we know that's what they're going to do. And I will say, like, there was a picture from the Lions today, and I've been trying to like wrap my head around it, but I haven't really been able to because so many other things going on. But Brad Holmes had a shirt on that said positional villain. I'm trying to think of, like, is he talking draft position? Is he talking a specific player, like a hybrid type player that plays maybe off the ball linebacker and bumps down to D line like a Jalen Walker?
I've got Goodell walking in right now.
Yep, same.
Here we go. Tennessee Titans pick. I don't have the volume up, so I'm going to wait for him to put it on the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Couldn't carry the whole studio with me. And he's talking some words. And it looks like Cam Ward out of Miami. Good call there, Russ. I think you were the only one to get this this year. I just have to congratulate you for your great work again.
Yeah, no shot. It was just me. It's probably been the worst kept secret for quite a few weeks. But this one makes a ton of sense.
He never veered off the top of the list I had. So there you go, man. Woo! Okay, Cam Ward is in for Tennessee. That puts the Browns on the clock. I think the most Browns thing here right now would either be to have the clock run out and miss their pick, or they trade it.
Yeah, I mean, Senior Bowl heard a lot of stuff about Travis Hunter, right? I mean, like, that makes a lot of sense for Cleveland. Could see that being the case. But I don't know. I mean, this news about Jacksonville trying to make a splash, Cleveland maybe trying to move this pick. I can't wrap my head around that. Like, why would you move from Travis Hunter? Like, we're talking about a player that is the best in the draft. Like, you got him at 2.
Yeah. There it is. Jacksonville trades the number 2. Style and all in there with the right info. He's got that. The Jacksonville Jaguars on the clock now. I've got them at just over 6 minutes, 30 seconds as Cam Ward walks out to get the hug from the commish and that number 1 overall pick and that number 1 overall check to go with it. All right.
So I got the trade compensation. The Browns are trading the number 2 pick, a 4th round pick, 104, and pick 200 to the Jaguars, and they're getting number 5, number 36, a 4th rounder this year, so 126, and a 1st rounder next year.
Gosh.
So that is a ton of capital.
Yeah.
To move 3 spots. The Browns would then put themselves in a position for Jalen Walker. They could put themselves in position for, obviously, a tackle. Armand Membo, Calvin Banks, if they were going that route. Do they go Ashton Genty?
I
don't have Nick Chubb anymore.
You're right. I'm gonna get my list up here because I don't memorize anything anymore. It's all Google Brain. I work in a world where I can't remember my. Where did I put it?
I mean, they don't have Nick Chubb anymore. I mean, this is definitely going to be Travis Hunter, so that's going to be the pick at 2.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville needs a splash. I just didn't think they would do this. I mean, I just didn't think they would do this.
Right. Jacksonville's in a wild spot, and like, as much as everyone thought T-Law was the guy, let me ask you about that. And I'm not saying they're going to go quarterback, because this is definitely not if you need a quarterback this year, you've got a lot of bigger problems than just needing a quarterback. What's your thoughts on Trevor Lawrence as a player? Has he panned out the way you expected? Do you think it's a function of where he's at, kind of the injuries he's had a little bit along the way, or is it a T-Law himself situation that he's facing?
Well, I definitely think the injuries are part of the problem. Right? Like, you got to be healthy. You got to be on the field to, one, get better, to learn what you're doing. I don't think he's had a really good support system around him, to be completely honest. Like, not sold on ETN. I wasn't a big Tank Bigsby guy. I thought you were in a position to add whether it's Tet McMillan, whether it was Ashton Genty. I felt like putting pieces around him just was kind of lacking. And when he hasn't been healthy and then the pieces aren't developing around him, it really sucks. But this is a good move just for the simple fact that if they're going to play him at wide receiver, now you've got, Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr., you got some weapons there. The thing I don't like is that this team has so many needs. Like, they are not a well-rounded roster in Jacksonville. And now you're taking picks away. Like, we talked about the compensation. You gave up your first and second this year, which of course you're getting a first-round pick, but you gave up your second this year, a fourth, and a first next year. And I get it. Like, you got.
Well, they swapped fourths. So they moved up, or they moved up 3 spots. They swapped fourths effectively. They gave up a second, and they traded a 6th for a first next year. That's I think the stinger. But here's a behind the scenes run of what knucklehead looks like. Oh man, so let's see. Oh, here we go. We got Tim Rhodes in here helping us out. We got 5, 36, 20, 26, and 1 next year. That's the numbers we'd love to see. This is crazy. Okay, they're picks in. You're right. It's got to be Hunter, right?
Yeah.
I mean. So did you mention Abdul Carter as a potential? I mean, you have an edge here who could do some damage and maybe give you a little bit of pressure as well. Oh, there it is. It is Travis Hunter. Oh, wait, no, maybe it's not. They're just showing him. I think they're just showing him. Sorry, I need volume. They think it's going to be.
Assuming it's him, I think he's just patiently waiting for the news.
Yeah. I looked up and saw him. I immediately thought they had selected him. So, oh boy, that's wild. So here you are. They're happy. They're shaking hands and clapping, and someone in there is wearing a Jaguar fur just to show how dead that team has been. That's, I don't know. And I don't think one way or other on the fur thing, but it's probably in poor taste to wear the skin of the team that you're in the draft room for.
Right.
Oh man. Jags picked Travis Hunter. That's what I'm seeing from Peaceful Tim in the chat.
I'm writing down my picks as this all goes along, trying to keep track of it all.
Yeah.
Because if it all goes right, mock draft wise, we got the most accurate guy in the industry for the last 5 years. So we're good.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get this to. Oh, come on. There we go.
But that's not going to happen. Judging by pick number 2, this is going to go off the rails really fast.
I don't know. We'll see.
Are we really doing draft grades already? I just saw this from somebody in the chat. Cam Ward already has a B- grade. Like, draft grades are the dumbest thing in the world.
A B- on the consensus overall number 1 going overall number 1 is about the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Like, let them play it down. You know what I mean?
This is why they're trying to bring back the R word. This is what's going on. I don't know. I mean, that would be the right use, I guess. But, I don't know. It's a B- on.
I mean, what else did you want him to do? Right? Like, everybody mocked Cam Ward there. So what else were they supposed to do?
Yeah.
We don't like Shador. We're not sold on Dart. They need a quarterback. It's not Will Levis. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Are we already doing guest announcements for the picks here? That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Oh, this is man of the year. This is on mute for me, so I don't know what's going on exactly.
Same. I'm afraid to get demonetized. When you put all that stuff on, they make your monetees go away. But the moneteasers. Let's see.
What else we got going in the chat here?
Are you able to run the chat, or is it just me?
Yeah,
Mark's got something going on here. The Jags just screwed the pooch so bad. I hope they bought a dinner first. I still think it's something to wear the fur of the team you're in the draft room for. I mean, that's like, God, I don't know. Black Lion comes in. We got the Giants on the clock. Thank you, Peaceful Tim. Peaceful Tim might actually be in Green Bay. He might be one of the camera operators for the show. Who knows what's going on? I want to get really quick. We got Black Lion. I would love to have Donovan Izurigaku. That's gonna be an Aurora, like sound like a husky howl.
Yeah.
This is a big one for Lions fans. A lot of people talking about Donovan. What do you think, man? Is he the man?
I mean, I have Tyler Booker as the pick, but if they chose Donovan Ezaraku, I could
fucking stunt on me, whatever.
Trust me, I'm going to butcher somebody's name at some point. I am terrible at pronouncing names.
But
if they went Donovan Ezaraku, I could completely understand it. Like, he fits really well opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. He's really bendy and flexible. He can dip and rip. He drops that shoulder. He's got long enough arms. The biggest concern was that he's 6'2", but he came in well over 250 pounds at the Senior Bowl and the Combine. And we're looking at a guy with 34+ inch arms. So I know people are like, oh, arm length doesn't matter. Well, it does definitely matter for a defensive lineman, because you have to create that separation so you're not getting engulfed by an offensive lineman. So if they went that route, I'm okay with it. I would definitely keep tabs on like Baltimore, the pick before, because he feels like kind of like a Ravens type pick off the edge, standing up, 10, 11 sacks a year kind of guy.
Yeah, 100%. You're all over it, as you always are, Russ.
I try. Months and months.
Someone around here's got to know what they're doing. I'm too busy sucking down my ties. All right.
How many did you have today?
Well, today I just had 2 pina coladas. It's only 2:30, right? I got up a little bit.
That's
later.
it?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Baby, will you bring me a beer? Russ is making fun of my sobriety.
I could.
No, I have my sweetheart here.
Have a beer, man. Have at it. Enjoy the night or
day.
You're on vacation after all. You didn't have to do this.
Yeah, I did. This is, just so folks know, this is actually our 10th annual live draft broadcast. This is the 10th time we've broadcast the draft live.
That is
freaking
awesome.
Crazy, man. Talk about OGs.
Did you do the first one like in a disclosed location like you are now, or were you like at home all set up, or were you like at a bar pub type thing, or what?
I was at the crib. I think it might have even been, it's been a long time. 10 years makes me an old man, and it starts inflecting all the brain aneurysms I've had in the years. Thanks, honey. I think it might have been audio only, even. Like, it was a live audio stream of the draft only, and I think it was shortly after that we went to YouTube, or maybe we did start out our YouTube on who knows. It's good times.
Oh, yeah.
Long times. And
flying,
there's probably a couple of these that got in the way along the way that made it. Giants pick is in, it shows. Let's see if I look over at my data. You think oh boy, especially with how Tibbs is doing, they do have a gap at edge.
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of saying all draft season, like, if you add Abdul Carter here, how many edge rushers can you possibly have, right? Like, you have Carter, you have Tibbs, you have Brian Burns. I think a lot of people forgot they signed Chauncey Golston from the Cowboys. They gave him like a 3-year, $70 million deal or something like that. So like, he got a pretty big deal. I've kind of been like, I could see them going with Shedeur Sanders, but the way it's going, I mean, all the hints from Abdul Carter, it sounds like that's what they want to do, give themselves an identity on defense and terrorize the NFC and ultimately the NFC East, which makes sense. Like, you got to keep Dak in the pocket and keep him down. You've got to, try to contain Jalen Hurts the best you can, and of course Jaden Daniels. So that's what hurt us the most, right? Against Jaden Daniels, our pass rush just was non-existent. So
yeah. And it's so hard with a guy like Jaden Daniels. And this is something Lions fans have seen, from the Quinn era, where you could get all kinds of pressure, but mobile quarterbacks would just walk away and you couldn't keep contain, right?
Right.
And where we've been kind of lately is we've been really good at the contain, but once Hutch went down, we lost the ability to take that man down. I think you got to imagine what last year would have been like with a healthy Hutch, even with all the other injuries, right? Yep. If Hutch was able to stay healthy last year with the year that he was having, I mean, it took a month and a half for someone to surpass his sack total after he quit playing. I mean, you got to just think, man, he the Lions could have gone potentially all the way with that team, even with the rest of the injuries that they had.
100%. 100%, man. It sucks because, like your point, like he was doing so well just being who he was to start the year. And he was on par to be the sack leader all time for a regular season, like he was going to break records.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's good to see him back though, like up and doing well. Like he's moving really well through the offseason stuff I've seen.
Yeah. Here we go. He's making the announcement on my screen. Pick is in for the Giants. I hate to say it's a simple break, but for Hutch, it was a simple break. It was just such a tough spot. Here we are. Abdul Carter. Here we go. Edge from Penn State. The edge attack is on the rise. I mean, that's a wild place. They have Jameis Winston too, right, as their quarterback. So is their backup? I mean, we'll just say he's the quarterback because it's more fun. They're in a wild spot, those Giants, because they just took a hard, fast fall and have not been able to recover, man.
No.
They as soon as Daboll got coach of the year, they fell apart. They immediately fell apart as a team. I mean, Saquon, like that's a whole tough story in itself, but something is missing over there. And I wonder if it's going to take a coaching reset button. I don't know. Maybe they can recover from it, but it's going to be pretty tough one to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, like when I was working over at Cover One, I did some, Bills and like covering some Giant stuff, like just general NFL stuff. And I would just get out of my mind watching Daniel Jones. And it was like maybe 3 years ago. I did a podcast just doing like a national NFL roundup on a Sunday night. And I'm like, Daniel Jones is not the guy. And they still gave him like another 2 years. Yeah. And it was like evident after the first 2.5 seasons that he was not the guy. And they just kept putting the eggs in the basket, gave him the money, and he just wasn't the guy. And ever since Eli left and they lost kind of who they were, they've been able to kind of always string it together with random quarterbacks. Kerry Collins. Eli's not a random quarterback, right? Like they drafted him.
Yeah, kind of is.
He played like one, right? Very pedestrian.
And I'll never forget, he's the first quarterback to refuse a team. Like for him to tell San Diego, pound sand, I won't play there. Like he wasn't Peyton. You know what I mean? He wasn't just crazy how that whole storyline played out with him. That's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts, man.
What happens if Starks is there at 28? You sprint to the podium and you draft him. I don't care if we paid Kirby or not. Get more good football players. Yeah. Exactly, Ben. You're sprinting. You're getting it.
Okay. So I'm not doing a good job working the chat here, folks. Sorry, I'm got it. Let's see. We got this one. Rewatch the Bills game. Goff played pretty damn good that game, even though we lost. He worked his ass off doing things I never thought he'd do in 21. He's grown so much. That's 110%. Goff. I was on the Goff train. I believed in him early, and folks love to hear that. Love to hear that. They don't, but I love it because the Malik people, those are the ones that I really want to hear that again and again and again for me. But I mean, Goff his resurgence is a story. It's a love story, man. You really just have to love watching a player go through what he did and come back the way he has. And he's like his I don't have any fucks to give mentality with the media, with everything he does. Like he is truly his own man and he's risen above. I just absolutely love that. Yeah. Absolutely love that.
Well, and he embodies exactly what the city of Detroit's all about, right? Like coming back and going through so much, like just coming through the rubble and being tossed to the side and kicked to the curb. Like Detroit was one of the richest cities in the world at one point, and then it went through all the stuff that happened at one point through the 80s and 90s and so on, and it was a place you didn't want to be. And now here we are. We got a basketball team, a football team, a pretty good baseball team, and you're just talking football. Jared Goff is a big part of why they've been so successful. It's been awesome. I mean, to be in just using the Rams game last year when we were in the playoffs, it was like I'd never seen an atmosphere like that ever in my life. Through every Lions game I ever went to, it was the loudest I've ever seen. I'd never seen the fans like cheer for a guy like that.
Yeah. Man. Okay, let's see. Well, what do we
showing Shador Sanders and he's not up there?
Yeah. I don't have him till like number 10 on my list. So I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of people talking him up. Let's see. Okay, let's. I want to get back to this. We said so. We have. Does that mean the Giants might be trading Tibbs after all? It really might. I mean, now they can, and now they've lowered the price on him, right? I mean, that's now. Not that his price was super high at all, but we that is what it is. Flounder with who's our top trade bait today? That's a great question.
Might be the question of the night.
Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about JMO. I just think it's silly. I think that's there's a lot of reasons it's silly, but it's silly.
Well, I mean, Kayvon could make some sense if you're trying to trade for, right? Like, not saying you would do it in this draft cycle, but maybe you give up a 2026 pick in a month or something like that. If, let's say, the draft doesn't go as planned at defensive end, because I think, and Scott thinks, and maybe even you think, that the run on the defensive linemen and defensive ends is going to happen at some point. So maybe you give up a pick next year to get a player like Slack CIA ops, but you get a player like Kayvon. But just in the draft purposes, I think if you're looking to move up, I guess it would depend on what they're looking for. Like if they feel like they need to move up and get maybe one of these offensive tackles, maybe it's Calvin Banks. There's a ton of love for his character and the potential of him at left tackle. I thought he was pretty solid. He, was one of my 13, 14 best players in the draft on my board. So I would move up for him. Malachi Starks would be another one. Maybe it is one of these pass rushers. Is it Shamar Stewart? I mean, maybe. There's so much to love with him.
Yeah. Russ, what do the Titans get with Cam Ward? That's a good question too, because he's just been the default number one, and people have whistled past really talking much about him and what he brings. But what does he bring specifically to the Titans?
Well, I mean, you're getting a guy that has a huge arm. He's going to be able to throw the ball pretty much anywhere and everywhere on the field. He throws with great velocity, and he can really fit it into some tight windows. I think the mobility really stands out, the way he can extend plays beyond the pocket. My problem with him is he holds onto the football for far too long, and I think it can become very problematic when the speed of the game is going to pick up, because essentially that offensive line in front of him in Miami was like foot-to-foot splits, build a brick wall, and force everybody to try to collapse it, and he would hold on, and then he would break through the wall or out of the wall and then just chuck it a mile and find somebody. And I don't know if that script is always going to work in the NFL. Like, we haven't seen it really work for a lot of quarterbacks. Maybe Mahomes. I don't know if he's Pat Mahomes. So we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's generational. Maybe he's, 3-4 time Super Bowl champion. But I think he can be very good. I think he's certainly better than what Will Levis is or was. And this is a step in the right direction. I mean, kudos to them for understanding, hey, we made a mistake with Will Levis. Let's get this right. Let's get a new guy in here. So it takes a lot to do that as an organization, and they did it. And this is the step in the right direction.
Yeah, 100%. Hopefully, let's see. First, I'm just going to hit this one rock hard. Hopefully we trade up so we don't have to wait all night. Buddy, it's only 2:30 in the afternoon. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Okay, Dan Campbell, heard the rumors that Giants, Peaceful Tim has told us that the pick is in already, so we're going to see what happens. He's told us that we're going to see. I think he's sitting in NFL headquarters. Might trade back in the first and throw in Tibbs to sweeten the pot. Well, they took their guy and went with it, but that definitely could have put us in a play. That'd have been interesting. Art Thurfanzarelli with the low-key most obvious, and I'll get to the pick right here in a second. Willing to bet the guy Brad drafts, a former captain, a high character guy. We go through this every year, and he doesn't disappoint. He has a type. He does.
Well, it's funny. Before the draft started tonight, I was on, and there it is. Will Campbell is the pick for New England.
There you go.
But I was on WJR with Anthony Bellino and Lomas Brown, and I did a little draft preview talking Lions and some of these players. And before I got on, Dan Campbell was on, so I listened, of course, and he had of course, as always, a phenomenal interview. One of the things he said that stuck with me, and I wrote it down, was complacency is the enemy of champions. So, like, this guy is we already know he's determined, but he is very determined to make sure that his guys are not complacent and think like they're at the top after what happened last year. But furthermore, he talked about the process and how him and Brad are like a cohesive unit, and they talk through the entire process. And he like reiterated that Brad has a huge role in the scouting part of what they do. And he has said, like he said on the show tonight, that Brad has been watching some of these guys for 2 to 3 years, and he knows everything about them. And he's like, there's been guys in the past that we've wanted to draft that I wanted, and Brad steered me away because of maybe X, Y, and Z. And it turns out that he made the right decision because some of those guys aren't even with the same team and they're nothing but problems. So it just, I think they just work so well together. I think Brad knows how to like get into some of these players' psyche on like a personal level. And I think Dan can do that too, but from just a football level, I think Dan is just so connected to these guys on that.
It's such a fantastic, I mean, it's just such a fantastic place to be, to have a team like this and a front office like this that works this out in the way that they have. I mean, you talk about a 3-year turnaround, and I mean, I think it's like we were talking about earlier. If Hutch stays healthy, we have a chance to win it all last year, right? We definitely would have been a favorite for that, just because of how disruptive and how he was just a murderer of quarterbacks. It's just now, it really is, get into the playoffs, and luck has to be on your side. It's not that you can't, you still have to be a good team. But the Lions have built a good team, and they have good players, and they have the right character, and they have the right attitude. I think that's the only thing missing from the Lions formula at this point, really, is just the playoff luck that gets them to the point to where they can take it. And you just keep plugging it year in, year out, and doing what they do and working it like they work, and they're going to score. They're going to score. They have to. I mean, look, there's teams that don't, for sure. You know what I mean? That it happens that way. If you think about how they scramble the NHL draft and how the Wings continuously got fucked on that job, you know what I mean? Like every year. I mean, sure, it does happen that sometimes it doesn't work out, but I just don't think that the way this team is set up, that the luck is going to work against who this Detroit Lions team is. And sometimes just sheer will surpass anything that luck puts in front of you. So we'll see. This is great. You know, this is a great opportunity to start seeing what Longview Brad looks like. Or is it still what we've seen all along? I kind of am feeling, if I had to kind of put my thoughts about it right now, the picks in for the Browns, I kind of feel like Brad's taking a longer perspective on the team now with the talent that he's looking for. Where are you at, Russ, man?
No, 100%. I mean, you can tell just with some of the selections that he's made just last year in itself, like, everybody knew Ennis Rakestraw has injury concerns, but that doesn't worry him, knowing long-term he can double dip at that corner position. He knew the chances of bringing back Carlton Davis were slim to none. He knew that he was going to have to make some adjustments. So I think it's one of those things where he, like, I don't want to say he sees into the future, but he starts building for the future, and he knows, okay, Rakestraw didn't have to do much his rookie season. He can get acclimated. He can get healthy. He can get right. Maybe he can contribute. If not, that's okay. We needed him more for year 2, year 3, and year 4 of his career. And that's what he did there. And then you look at like Gio Manu, same type of deal, or Manu, if I'm saying that right. Like, you go out and you get that guy. You needed a developmental player in the trenches, whether it's at tackle or guard. Well, you got him, and you knew he was developmental. You knew there were some issues because he played in British Columbia and didn't play against top-tier talent, but you had to go get him. You look at what they did with the defensive tackle from Western Kentucky. His name is escaping me right now. Broderick Martin. You knew there was some problems there because he couldn't get his weight down, and he had to get some things a little bit more consistent. So you're drafting for the future at times, and I think it definitely shows with what he's doing, and he understands it, to your point. So
yeah.
It's really exciting what he's going to do and how this board's shaping up. I mean, the chat's saying Mason Graham is the pick. They haven't announced it yet. It just says pick is in on my screen on ESPN.
It is. I see him making the announcement right now. Peaceful Tim is literally in the NFL's communications hallway, I feel like. But Mason Graham is the next pick I have on the board at number 5. And after that, Ashton Janty from Boise State. We'll see what we get when I don't know if he made the announcement or not. We'll see. I miss not having the audio in my ear because they take away, they demonetize you, they hose you if you put the put the audio on. But I used to have it in my ear so I could hear it but not go across the broadcast, and I could then know what's going on and put up when our guy was Mason Graham. Looks like, I don't know if he was drafted or if they're just doing a thing on him. He had to have been the guy drafted. Mason Graham, I think, is gone to the Browns. All right.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine. This is a great fit for him because he gets to play next to Myles Garrett, and that's going to put him in a lot of one-on-one situations, right? Like this was a guy that I think struggled at times with just some play strength. And I get it, folks. He's got a high motor, prototypical 3-tech, can work his hands relatively quick. But his size is a little different for the position. Dude, I can't believe you live in the same house in my house. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't you have practice?
Yeah, go
get
do something. Interrupting the show. All our friends are watching, and
that's it. Laps right around the yard. I want to see you going by the window. Let's go.
20 push-ups, dude. Go mow the lawn. Anyways, yeah. So I mean, like, Graham's a great pick, and like some of this is changing, I think, the board as we're going to start moving down for sure. Like, you got the first defensive tackle off the board. There was a thought he was going to be maybe available at like 10, 11th, 12th pick, somewhere in there. And that may force like a Walter Nolan to go sooner. That could force a Derek Harmon to go sooner. So this could start maybe a little run on some defensive linemen. Yeah, I know you had a game, dude. I was there. I watched the game. I know you won 2-1. Not my fault. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, your ball would have gone over the fence.
Child abuse on the stream.
Your ball would have gone over the fence, and I got freaking picked off by the left fielder. Come on,
right?
Work that swing, boy. Hi, Tina. How you doing? Thanks for it's a beautiful blue. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a lion's kind of blue, a little bit of.
There you go.
Maui action going on. I'm looking for the Maui Wowie. See if we can get a good time while we're out here.
How many days are you out there?
I got another week.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No wonder why you could do the stream. You're like, one less day in the sun isn't going to hurt me.
No, I need it. I need a day less. The first day they have this whole like wellness spa thing. We had like a massage. They gave us fruit plates all day. It was like this crazy, so like after it was 14 hours of flying, so we're kind of wiped out when we got here, and then it's a whole day by the pool in a cabana, like with all the the butler. It was crazy. It was the bougie life, man. I couldn't believe it. And then I got too much sun, so it's a good day to be inside with a light bulb in your face.
Nothing wrong with that, dude. That and cold beer, a little AC.
Yeah, that's what we're after right now. Okay, Peaceful Tim is now calling Ashton to Vegas. Like my board said, I'm going to go onto the Slack right now and post. Oh my gosh! Post the first days. I'm talking Canadian over here because we're missing Ash. Post the first days picks there, the predictions, so that they can see what I
sound like the host on the Edmonton show I did this morning.
Oh yeah, that was he shoots, he scores there, folks. That was a good one up the center of the ice.
Yeah, man. I thought I was getting interviewed like I was Connor McDavid or something. I like it was coming on to me by the end of it. I was like, yeah, don't you know? We got a lot of good football players, you know.
A lot of guys that just like the ball. They like to play the game, you know. They're here. Oh God, I don't even know. Let's see. Do I even know my password for the Slack? That's a problem. I use this computer more. Okay. All right, here we go. I got to tell everybody, I will give, for those who are, where is it? There it is. Those who are drink lovers, I had the very, very best drink last night. It's a martini. It's called the Cane Fire Martini. I will share the ingredients of the Cane Fire Martini for you. Pick is in. We got Goodell up on the screen doing his thing right now, but I will share that drink with you folks. And it is the very, very bombest of martinis that I've had in as long as I can remember. Yep. Ashton, Boise State, Gente.
Yep.
Janky.
Ashton Genty.
Running back. That's high for a running back. Do you remember like 3 years ago, nobody wanted a running back?
Yeah, and you want to know who changed it? The Lions, because they realized the value of running the football. and everybody's going to be following suit. So I love this pick for Las Vegas. It gives them identity. It helps Geno Smith.
Yeah.
It's a very good pick. It really is. I mean, I know they've got a couple of is Goodell sauced yet?
Of course he is. I'm always trying to play catch up.
Yeah, pick 18 or 19 for sure. But no, this is a no-brainer. I mean, he was one of the 3 best players I evaluated this season. He makes it look so easy. Great contact balance. He runs through that initial tackle like snap on a finger every single time. He lines up in the backfield like Michael Myers, ready to just pounce down the street. You know, you remember those scenes like when he's walking on the sidewalk. Yeah. But yeah, he's such a fun player, man. I really thought Jacksonville made a lot of sense, but that's all right.
All right.
I'm glad the Bears didn't get him. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I can't have the Bears getting any good products anymore. That's not going to make me all right. Okay, so we've got Ashton. I've got next Armin Membo going from Missouri, an offensive tackle. He's my next on my list, so we'll see. First 7 on my list are in order, and they've gone. That's pretty crazy. I think probably the second I share this with the Slack, it's going to go off the charts and off the rails. But
you just did like player on where like draft position?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I shared it with I've shared it with the Slack before, and Riz has looked at it. It's my consensus. It's like 800 different mocks out there, and it takes them all, it weights them a little bit, and it creates a list of what the draft should look like based on like the total mindset of everybody out there.
Yeah.
And it updates twice a day. And so I have like it automatically runs. This offseason, we're going to build a mock draft builder so folks can use it to build their own drafts and run through, and they have the most updated statistics and everything on it. And put it up on the Detroit Lions podcast site. I think folks are going to absolutely love it because it's a fun one. It's a fun one. It'll be, you always love mock drafting, you know?
Yeah, you were showing me it in Mobile. And
yeah.
And it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I broke out all the Senior Bowl players, like to where their projected draft position was, so we could kind of use that to help weight some of our watching.
And that's where I brought up the Jalen Knowles stuff. And
yeah.
Sure enough, it blew up.
Isn't that crazy?
One of 50 that I'll do. You know. Thank you, Michael, for updating me on the score. I can see it, but sometimes I really got to like lean over. So, and I'm more focused on this. You know.
Yeah. I have the TV right here and a light bulb right here. Like you can see it go dark when like I said, I'm like staring into the sun as I try to figure. It took longer to set this up than I thought, but okay. In the Slack, here we go, Slackers. I hope that formats and you can see this is what the list looks like for today. Okay, there you go. Slack's a great place to go. Go to patreon.detroitlionspodcast.com. At least $5 a month as your donation. You get access to all the fun stuff we do, all the inside scoop stuff, all the stuff that we build before it's built. And Russ and Bish and Riz and Ash and I and Case pops in every now and again. We're all there hanging out. It's a great group of folks. Most intelligent Lions chat on the internet. And as Jeff Merrill says, we run the CIA op every now and again, and it is really this draft season we were able to nationally pretty much influence a narrative around the Lions. It's been pretty fun to watch. It's been a lot of fun. So the Slack is not just the most intelligent, but a wily group of kids.
Yeah, sometimes I get those morning texts like on game day or something. And I'm like, what is happening in here? They're already drinking downtown.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Let's see. I'm looking at the chat again. Sorry. Nice to see Jandy not go to the Bears. You know what I didn't do is I didn't put the draft order on my sheet, which I'm an idiot for. So who's on the clock right now?
Jets at 7.
Jets at okay, and it looks like Armin Membo, according to our guy in the NFL room, which again then makes my list 7 for 7. We'll see. Pick is in. Jets pick is in.
Man, you know, I look back at my mock 2.0 or 3.0 or whatever. I don't know how many I did, 3 or 4. And I wish I would have just kept it all the same. Like because I had Ward, Hunter, Carter, Campbell, Graham, Genty, Membo. So I would have been 7 for 7.
No. This is the thing that happens. This is why I tried to kind of approach it differently this year, especially once the middle of April hits, you start getting inside your own head as a draft nick, and you have so much information, it becomes hard to not guess and second guess yourself.
Yeah.
And then these crazy narratives, these CIA ops and smoke screens from agents and everything else pop out, and then they start shifting the conversation. You're like, well, I don't think so. And then it just gets cloudy, and you start really the data you have and the information starts getting a little messed up by your emotional and your guessing. Like it's tough, man. It's so tough. And that's why, like, this year, I was like, I think I can find a way to do this where I'm not going to break it with my own stupidity, at least, because it would be broken if it was me at it.
Yeah, I took care of it for you. I definitely broke it. Stupid. I'm kicking myself right now.
All right, good question from E-Bomb. E-Bomb's World, back alive. I asked my fiance who the Lions should draft. She said fast and strong. Who is that player for you? I would like Mike Green. I don't think he's going to get there. He's the guy, you knew I loved him back then. I know there's some character stuff and some other questions about whether he's a Lion. I just feel like he's going to be a great player in the NFL, and he fits the fast and strong fit for me.
Yeah, he does play with a good blend of speed and power. I think that rep at the Senior Bowl against Connerly will always stand out for him, that bull rush. Yeah. But you mentioned character stuff is always problematic, and I certainly, worry about that. I think the Lions will certainly worry about that as well. I know somebody in the chat earlier was asking me about James Pierce. I definitely don't think he's on their radar by any means, and I don't even know if he'll be there at 28. So, but just thinking of this question, fast and strong. I mean, I would say Tyler Booker. I know he's not overly fast because he's not gonna win you in a foot race, but for his size, he's faster than you think, and he's damn sure stronger than maybe just about anybody in this draft. And I just I look at long term, as we were talking about earlier, long term, what are the Lions looking for on the offensive line, and or long term, they're looking on the offensive line and trying to ensure that they've got, pieces there for the future. Well, you could go ahead and say if you took a Tyler Booker, he could be plug and play at left guard. Worst case, he sits behind Glasgow for part of the year. If Glasgow starts to struggle, okay. Or, maybe he goes to the right side with Glasgow if Glasgow's going back. I just think he gives you a lot more potential, which is why I have him as our pick. But obviously, we'll see what ends up happening. He might be gone, but when you think of fast and strong, he's faster than you think, and he's certainly stronger than just about any player in this draft.
Membo is in as the pick. We're 7 for 7 now, and we have Panthers pick just is in. There are 2 minutes left on the clock, so the Panthers pick is in, and it's New Orleans after the Panthers coming in. And I've got Jalen Walker as an edge coming up next in this draft. Let's see how it goes. Tim, I've got 31. That's a good one.
If it's Jalen Walker, I'm not gonna be mad, but I was trying to think, and that was the thing this year. I was trying so hard to think outside of the box, and I'm right. Jalen Walker could be gone by 8. Maybe he makes sense for Jacksonville at 5. Maybe he makes sense for the Vegas Raiders at 6. Maybe he makes sense for the Jets, Aaron Glenn. And then I'm just thinking Carolina has been rumored to be wanting to get out of that pick. I just read way too much, I think, into the tea leaves and trying to think outside the box. And I should have just stuck with the gut. And if he is the pick, he makes so much sense. I don't know what he's truly going to play in the NFL. I think he's probably best suited as a will. And then on third down, you're going to bump him up on the line of scrimmage, and you can do different things on certain down and distances with blitzing him. But there's no way you can take him away from being an off-ball linebacker all the time, because his range and his ability to scrape is so good. He is so good. He plays like a pit bull. That's what I wrote down in my scouting notes, is he plays with his hair on fire all the time. He's a pit bull that runs the yard. So he would make sense for Carolina with all the former linebackers that are there, Dan Morgan, Luke Kuechly. He makes a ton of sense.
Kuechly. Yeah, tons and tons and tons of sex. So we're waiting for that sense. I totally missed. Did you hear what I said there?
I did.
That was not even on purpose. Normally. Okay. So yeah, he makes tons of sense. There we go. Okay, we're gonna keep rocking here. We're gonna watch what we've got going on. Wait for this pick to come in. They got to get the commercials in. Let's not forget. And as soon as the Lions pick is in, they're gonna run away again. Commercials. That's what they seem to love to do. Let's see. Where else are we? Got a lot going on here. Ding, ding, ding. Just trying to work my. I don't remember how any of this works, to be honest with you. I don't remember how any of this works. Okay. We'll be watching in. Boy, I would be stunned if I was right with this. This would be fantastic.
Well, I will say this, like prior to, and I sent this into the Fantasy Pros Slack for some of the guys there. Before I hopped on here, I was on Twitter and just doing some reading, and like ESPN Bet, and I don't buy into the betting market all the time. Like when they put up stuff on players with like their draft slot and what their odds are, because sometimes I know that gets really watered down from people just smashing the bet button and not really knowing what they're doing.
Yep.
But like Ted McMillan at 8 was like plus 150. He went from like plus 1,500 to plus 150. So I don't know if that would be an option here at 8. And I think back to what the Panthers head coach said early in the offseason, getting a weapon for Bryce Young. So Peaceful Tim, dude, he's on it.
He's got. He does. He has. Let's see.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Whoa. That's way down the line. Okay. We'll see. I mean, this is now a jump. Tim, this is one where if Tim goes and gets this one right, he is definitely in the rooms. Ah, man, that beer was good.
It sounded good.
It was delicious. All right, still getting edged by the NFL and their commercial, their greed.
Yeah, I don't like. Can't we just put like a little box with like the commercial and
right.
Keep let's keep this going. We've been waiting forever for this.
Yeah, this one's pretty stupid, and it's the Panthers. It's not like this is America's team, and I'm not saying the name that people usually associate with that, but this is not like a major. A lot of people don't give a shit about the Panthers. You know what I mean? No,
right.
Not much. Just draftniks sitting there edge waiting for their team right now. Mel's Vest available. Shadir Sanders is in there, huh? Got 2 Michigan players up there. That's nice to see. It's nice to be a Michigan man. Shout out to the Florida Gators for their Natty Championship in March Madness. My son was there for the craziness in Gainesville.
Did he see like the actual? Like, he was there for the game.
The game wasn't there, so he was in Gainesville. I mean, that's where he goes to school. So they had it was 8 hours before the game, and they shut down the arena where they had the watch party, so he couldn't even get there. But University Ave lit up after the game was over, and it was a great night. I didn't talk to him the next day because he was busy. So
I get it. It makes sense.
Yeah, good time, man. Good thing. All right, here comes Goodell. If anyone can, let me know if we got the Goodell slurring going on. I assume we do, but it's usually.
Well,
starting to think Peaceful Tim has a DeLorean and a Sports Almanac. Gary, that's pretty good.
Ted McMillan, Xavier Legette. That's
right.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. Yep. All right, there we go. 7 for 7, and then I'm off the rails there. So there we go. I would, what would be really nice? I'd love to call out to the barkeep for another brew because it's dehydrating in here with all this air conditioning. It's got to make the call, right? All right, McMillan to air. wide receiver from Arizona, Saints on the clock. I don't know. I mean, it's always good to have a nice wide receiver like that. But Carolina's a place. They've got a series of issues. Thank you, Barkeep. They've got a lot to fix. So
yeah, they do. I mean, I get it. Building around Bryce Young, it makes it makes sense from that perspective. But
yeah,
like you need.
I mean, when we had Stafford, and this is the thing I think with Bryce Young, and I'm not saying he's a Matthew Stafford, but we had Stafford for a lot of years. Saints pick is in already. They ran to the board, evidently. But there was always the talk, okay, we got Calvin. We have got to build around Stafford. We have to build around Stafford. We have to build around Stafford. And he didn't really ever have a line. It was always we'd get a couple of stars, but not what we needed. And I don't know that building around Stafford is really what would have saved that team, as good a quarterback as he is and as he was, right? I don't know if that was the winning formula. And again, I'm no GM. I'm just sitting in Maui. I don't know much, but to figure out exactly how to build a team when you're in a position like Carolina, there's a million ways to do it. But frankly, the person I'd want with the steering wheel in hand would be a Brad Holmes, because God, he fooled us all with the picks that he picked. He had people beside themselves. Why the hell would they do that, right? Why the heck would they pick this guy? Why Jahmyr Gibbs? What the heck? Timo, what? Like, there was just questions. Jack Campbell, my God, right? A lot, and then here we are, right, with just a team that continues to compete. Oh, it's somebody doing something that I wouldn't do. That's probably going to build a great team. I guess that's really what my bottom line is.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm with you on the whole Stafford thing. Like, we did some questionable things building around him. It feels like the Panthers are doing kind of the same thing at times. Yeah. But I do get, like, getting a big-bodied receiver to bail out your quarterback that might throw, a duck here and there, And Tet's way more athletic than probably given credit for, and he goes up and he's got great body control. He goes up and plucks the ball, and he does a lot of things that a true number one receiver can do. My biggest thing is that he's just got shorter arms than most players that have his size, and that he has a big catch radius out here, but like here is where it's not as big because the arms they're not stretching out that far. Like out here, it doesn't change, but it's just different, I think, when you're stretching out rather than like right in front of you. So I think it's going to make plays a little bit more difficult at the catch point against more physical press man corners. But you need it. You got Leggett, you get this guy, you're cooking a little bit of something. Maybe they spend the rest of the draft on defense, because I believe they got actually a pretty good amount of draft capital. I'll pull that up, but
I loved Leggett. God, I loved him. He was so fun at Senior Bowl. We had him at 6 a.m. and we're interviewing him, and we're like, oh my God, my dude has not had any coffee. Like, he's putting me to sleep. Like, wake up, dude. Like, where's the and then you find out, like, no, that's just him. That's him on a pot of coffee.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
100%. Like, and you see the interviews now, and like, there's days where it's like he's smiling. He always seems like he's in a good mood.
Yeah,
there's definitely times where you're like, what did he just say? Like, I don't know what he just said.
Did he really say he made coon?
Right.
What? Oh man, I love him. He was a, like I said, not a ton of energy, but he was like a funny guy, one that you really had to work to understand. But and I know you love him to death. He's got, like, in person, he's got a Lomas vibe, 100%, man.
Yes.
You can feel, just like Lomas is like that loving father kind of a feel when you talk to him. It's a soothing, kind of voice, even though he's 7 foot 19 inches tall and can clap your head to a piece of Play-Doh between his hands. You know what I mean? I mean, he's a big boy, but he's just got this soothing way about him, right? It's and Legat's very much that same way. It's something. This is really something, man. There's something cool about that.
That's a great way of putting it.
Oh, okay. Pick is in. Goodell's slurring his way to the stage. What are you thinking? What are you thinking for our friends in Nolans.
I mean, offensive tackle makes a lot of sense. Trevor Penning, they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. I thought that was kind of interesting, a day or two before the draft. So if Calvin Banks is there, you take him. He is there.
He is.
You take him.
And the pick is in, and Calvin Banks is the pick.
Oh, okay.
Oof. I didn't have them to the 13. Do you not read my shit here, people? Come on. I have a script.
I'm just mad that you didn't share the script with me.
Oh, it's in the Slack now.
I didn't see it.
Sorry.
There's a million things going on. But
I will trust me, I will be better. I'll automatically distribute this next year when we put it together so you guys can
I did get a question from Straight Lions Talk or STR Lions Talk. Who is your no-go player for the Lions? Can't be James Pierce or Nick Amanawari.
I want to say Mike Green again. The guy that I want, but I'll make a different pick. Go ahead.
No-go player.
No-go
player. I'll say Will Johnson. I saw mock drafts with him. Some like national media people putting us with Will Johnson from Michigan. I don't understand the philosophy behind them taking him. They took Arnold last year. They took Rakestraw. They paid DJ Reed. They have a Meek. I could understand if it was like, another Will Johnson in the 5th round. That's a different story. But to take one in the first, I mean, injury-prone guy. He's been banged up the last 2 years. There's a lot of question marks on if he really even loves football. He doesn't seem like a Lions fit at all. And if they took him, I'd probably be drinking Miller Lights at about 11 o'clock tonight if that was the case. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm sticking with Mike Green. I love him and I hate him. You know what I mean? It's one of those things you just can't not do. Beer wishes been called even there. Strip lines, I know goes Mike Green. I don't scare easy on character issues, but 2 female accusers mean he's the wrong kind of predator. Tim Rhodes says Pierce is the no-go. Okay. Grassi, Peaceful Tim says Grassi gave me the password for the NFL to get all these picks early. And he's handing that shit out to anyone these days. Okay, we're caught up. Will Johnson has a career-threatening foot injury. And we need someone who's going to put a foot up an ass.
Well, the Bears are on the clock. And, I mean, Tyler Warren makes a ton of sense. A tight end makes a lot of sense, in my opinion, whether that's Loveland or Warren. But I could see Michael Williams here, too. I think, getting a kind of an edge rusher that can set the edge, get that guy that can be dominant against the run. What the Packers are going to try to do. What the Lions are going to be trying to do. So
what do you think about Jalen Walker?
That would make a lot of sense too. Like, I will say this, if excuse me as I cough on stream, Jalen Walker at 11 to San Francisco is going to piss me off because I've had that every single pick up until this week. And I've said from the beginning, his best fit is San Francisco as a will. And that makes so much sense. But Chicago with Jalen Walker, that would kind of suck because he's going to have range against the run. He's going to be able to blitz. Don't need him much in coverage, but that would suck for us. But I think, Tyler Warren would make some sense again.
We got some Ben Johnson. Thinking O-line, Ben had to learn from the Lions. Ben Johnson's going to try to outsmart the NFL now. Black Lion, Benedict Johnson. It's not Johnson making the choice. I wonder how much of a say he's going to have here. Because the front office is just as dumb as it always has been. And do you put that on a first-year coach?
Right.
Do you allow a first-year coach, right? I mean, as dumb as the front office is there, the answer could be yes.
Yeah, it could be.
You know what I mean?
It could be. It could be a solid yes on that. I mean,
this could be a waffle. I mean, I have no idea what the hell these guys are going to pick. Man.
Osama Ben Johnson. Oh, my God. OBJ.
Yeah.
A different OBJ.
Oh, man. Ben should know not to trust Jonah Jackson and pick some entire lineman. Ben Johnson's going to try to outsmart everyone and pick Simmons. I heard the Bears pick, and Full Metal Savage comes with pick is in for the Bears. I think we see Goodell's goofy feet up on the stage. We'll get to that. Straight lines. We'll get to that. We're going to see who the Bears have selected here. Bears have selected Shedeur. Please be Shedeur.
Dude, that would be unbelievable. I would probably just turn the stream off and go to bed.
I may start fapping on live stream if that were to happen. The joy. I apologize. We'd be down in negative numbers in the views, but it would be worth every stroke.
Dude, I would have to unsubscribe.
Oh man, we got the Ben Johnson stuff going on. Ben Johnson will have a ton of say. They had outbid everyone to get him. My God, the memes that would start. Oh, Dan Campbell. Boom, 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 boom. It's just Walter Payton. Walter Payton, the man of the year, all that stuff. It's great, but we have enough commercials here that, like, if there wasn't commercials, this would be probably, at least from my perspective, a lot more well received. But
they got to get their money somehow.
Yeah. All right, here he is. I think it looks like he's saying he's smiling. That stupid smile. Is there any more punchable face than Roger Goodell? Colston Loveland, tight end, Michigan.
I'm trying to think of a more punchable face. Matt LaFleur.
Oh, yeah.
Lock me in a phone booth with that guy. I want to watch him cry.
Yes.
But all right,
wow, that's
crazy. I don't know. You're getting a guy that's injured currently. I get you don't need him to play right away. You have Cole Kmet. You're trying to run a lot of 12 personnel. I just thought of like a creative side of things with Ben Johnson, with what he can do with Tyler Warren. I felt like Tyler Warren made a lot of sense. You can do a lot of different things, former quarterback. Not saying Loveland's not a great athlete. I mean, he's still a very good player. A lot of people think he was the best tight end in the draft, but just kind of bonkers.
Or a golden, or like something to help jumpstart. I mean, a tight end.
Well, I mean, you're getting another weapon, though. You're building around Caleb. It makes sense. Like, from that perspective, you're getting a guy that can play in line, in the slot, outside. He runs routes, catches away from his body. I know he just caught that one at the hip, but.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good play there, Chicago. Good for you.
Yeah. But I'm going to hop off for a minute. I got to go jump over to Fantasy Pro stream. They got to get me all mic'd up and connected. I need the chat to keep Chris busy.
Yes, please. Okay, and we get you back
like pick 16, 17.
Pick 16 or 17. Okay, we got you. All right, I'm going solo, Russ. Thanks for joining.
I will be back.
All right, Sleuth Shark, thank you for being a member again. And still, the outsmarting begins. I'm going to see if I can figure this out, how to make this just me. I can get the name right. Let me just do this. Huh. We'll just do it like this for now until I can figure out how to overlay the whole thing. All right. Let's see. All right. So here we are. We have the 49ers pick is in at number 11. San Francisco is looking at what they got. What do you have in the chat for their pick? What do you have? Vikings, she heads. Get that pick disease. Kevin, thank you. Like and subscribe. Appreciate that from everybody. Here we go. Beer worshiping cult. I hope the Vikings and Chiefs heads get that pick disease. Chicago has. I do as well. It'll be nice to see them continue to die. Gray can't hop on. It's crazy. Like only the guy in Maui can do this, right? Gray has his wife and daughter both traveling today that he has to deal with, and he has something else with his son. He couldn't make it. Ash has some family commitments that are like pop-ups and unavoidable that he's dealing with, so he's in a tough spot as well. Riz is with Lions Wire right now. Sandman is traveling, working. We went through the whole list. We got Bish working as well, doing some work somewhere. He couldn't join us, so you're stuck with me. Chris, when my dad comes back, tell him you're the man of the house. Tyler, we could probably make that work, but there's going to have to be some compensation. So think about what you're willing to part with, and I'm happy to, because his reaction would be worth it, maybe on its own. So, red face max headroom. Oh yeah, that's me. That's the lighting problem. Sorry about that. Most Skillman guys, the linemen the Lions want are mostly there. Yes. Dr. Liao. Yeah, you know what? I should see. We can do this. We'll just roll forward with it. Sleuth Shark, thank you so much. I know. We can do this. We've got this together. Okay, so what do we have? I'm going to talk about my top guys while we watch Stafford and Kelly's mouth do a commercial for Sleep-O-Matic or whatever the hell that is. Top of my list in order right now, we've got Jalen Welker from Georgia, that edge hasn't been taken, or Walker, sorry. Tyler Warren, Penn State tight end out there. Shedeur Sanders, you may have heard of him, Colorado quarterback. Will Johnson from Michigan, cornerback, is out there. Mikael Williams from Georgia, an edge, still out there. Jade Barron from Texas, cornerback, still out there. Mike Green, edge, still out there. In order, those are the guys I have coming up next. We have the ASMR voice of Chris. Can you guys not see my face? Is that what's going on? Let me know if my video is working or not. I'm not able to receive calls, Full Metal Savage. I apologize. Riz is biz too. This is crazy. It was insane. It's been a nutty year. We thought about not doing something, but we just couldn't let this on year 10 go by without having some friends and along for the ride, because it's usually a pretty fun time. So Sanders going to Pittsburgh, Black Lions says. Might be a day 2 pick. Ben, here's the thing. Okay, and I'm going to throw your chat chat up there, because is Shedeur a day 2 pick? Yes, I think he is. But the value that's placed on quarterbacks right now is so high that the level of talent doesn't matter. It's just grabbing the pick. Tell me what you guys see. Do you see me on one side and then like a fake head avatar on the other side, and then the rest of the stuff's still there? Because it's the first time I've been doing this. Looks like I've been hanging out in Kramer's apartment. Yeah, I have. It's maybe if I could maybe trim out some light a little bit. Maybe this will help light me up a little better. Does that? Oh, look at that. Now you can see me a little better. Okay, just weird. It's hard. It's hard to do. If I had a manual camera with me, something better. Kenny's Roasters. I just watched that. I just watched that episode of Seinfeld. It's one of the best, if not best, Seinfeld episodes. Okay, the pick is in. I'm hearing Williams is gone. Picture's fine. Okay, thank you, Johnny Mac. Appreciate that. Okay, I'll hide the chat graphic here. There we go. And I'll bring it up when I can. Okay, we've got the pick in for the Niners. We got to go to Yokota Air Base in Japan, get our USO message, because why not, I guess. So we'll see what's going on with that. Let's see. We lose the tropical background. Yeah, okay. I can do this all day, guys. I don't care. Tropical background is back. You don't need to see my mug. That's the Pacific right there. And that's part of Maui as well. It's the other volcano. There's a volcano over that way too. It's wild here. If you ever get a chance to come, please do. Pat D, brother man, you are always such a fantastic dude. I'll watch the pick here for the Niners. Hope you're good, brother. Don't care who we take. We all know it's going to be an all-pro in 2 years. 100%, man. That's kind of where I am. I don't want to say the draft is boring for the Lions. It's always interesting to see who they pick, but Holmes just continues to nail it. The big story is going to be when he misses a first rounder. That's really going to be the tough one for folks to take, because he's just not missed. Mikael Williams, the edge from Georgia, is off to the 49ers. That's a good pick for them. Really shoring up on that defense, put some pressure out there. They had a tough year. This is a good chance to get a higher draft pick to put some juice in the box. And a minute and 24 left for the Cowboys are on the clock right now. That's a good pick for them. That's a good pick for them. But that does leave us still with a lot of guys in the O-line, mostly untouched. Only 2 of them out there so far. I do have the shirt to match. Again, Pat D, thank you, brother, for that super chat. Love you, man. Love you. All right. Mikael Williams, gone. I don't know that he was going to make it. I mean, I had him 14th overall. He would have had to fall twice as far as he should have, if that makes sense, as far as his value. And if that's the case, there's probably a gas mask bong video or something else going on there with him. So sorry, I just don't think that's going. Mash that like button, or JMO will be traded to the Bears and on. That might actually be kind of funny, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I had a feeling he was going to be gone sooner than later. Next year will be paid advertising before each pick. Yeah. And then a charity, right? Not that who dislikes charity? Everybody loves doing stuff for charity, but there's a time and a place, and sometimes they just kind of milk this stuff too much. Push another guy down to us. Low percentage chance to drop to us. Yep. So again, if we're looking at just offensive players, you got a tight end, you got a quarterback, and then we start getting down. It's number 25 here. I have Josh Simmons from Ohio State, Gray Zabel from North Dakota, who's there, and then we also have Tyler Booker. I've got him down at 29. So as we look at the offensive players, there's running backs in there too, but there's a couple of linemen down near us where we could be. Love Gray Zabel. Pick number 4 by Old Spice. Sponsored by Old Spice will be announced by Ironhead Haywood with the floofy thing, if you remember the old commercials from way back in the day. Would not be mad if we went OL first pick. I wouldn't either, Black Lion. And this is something to talk about and to think about, because with he's making the announcement. I'll call the pick when the announcement comes in. We've got some guys here that are going to make some decisions, and I would love to see these guys get time. Tyler Booker from Alabama he's a guard, going to the Cowboys. I would love to see these guys get some time with these pros to get up to speed, get a year or two in before they have to step into it. But we'll see. Tyler Booker way down my list here. This is a tough one. Frickin' Cowboys. He was 29th on my list, and they pulled him number 12. So it's a little bit of a reach from my thinking. And I say it's a reach, and it's an unfortunate reach because it's a position that would have helped the Lions a good bit. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll see how things go. We'll see how this plays. This is the tough part about being a good team. You just pick later. And we watched a team like the Patriots able to deal with this for decades, really. Not going to be worried. Not going to be worried about where this plays. Okay, we're going to keep going here. Down to the best available, Jamie Johnson. Yeah. Double J, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Booker at 28, he's gone. Shit ton of defense dropping like last year, waiting to see the trade up. That's the other thing, is really, if you're going to talk about it, I talk about the offensive line and building the offensive line. We start thinking about what is Brad Holmes' thoughts if we're not going to see Aleem McNeil, to game 5, game 6, and maybe it takes a game or two for him to get up to speed. How does that work Holmes' calculus? What does that make him think about the team? He's not a short-term thinker, but it's not a deep position for the team either. Does he get somebody else in there? Does he get somebody that can play alongside Aleem? Does he play a guy that replaces Aleem? I mean, we just signed Aleem, but do you want that rotational depth? It's an interesting concept. And then, of course, there's always the edge, and the edge is the one that I think a lot about with what the Lions can do, and is easy all the way, right? That's the one that everyone's kind of thinking about here. So we'll see about how that Donovan plays or does not play. Donovan easy. My nameplate is covering me. Let me see. I don't know if he can show me what my nameplate looks like, but from what I'm seeing, oh wait, I could look online, couldn't I? What I'm seeing is my face is just dark. And let's see. I'm gonna take a quick look here. Thanks for the heads up. Let's see what we see. Oh wow, you guys just see my whole monkey head. Okay, that's different than what I'm seeing, but that's okay. This works out. You can see my monkey head. Okay, and then so when I'm putting these up here, Donovan at 28. Now we'll see what this looks like. Sorry, guys. This is the first time I'm using this platform. This is Russ's. He was going to host, but then he had to run and do this thing for a couple of picks. So I'm just kind of seeing how this is working in the background. So bear with. I'm just waiting for this thing to pop up. There it is. Got it. Okay, I can fix this. I think I can do a little bit of this, which would put my head up. There we go. All right, this may be what we need to fix it. So thanks for bearing with. All right, let's see. Jerry doing Jerry things. Let me keep going here. Your nameplate, Gray Zabel. I saw it. Where'd it go? I lost it. Okay. Yeah, no, I think we've got it fixed as far as getting covered up. Thank you, guys. You're not broadcasting at Lanai? Florida card revoked in a Lanai. No, I couldn't. There's so much noise outside. I was going to sit out on the balcony and do it out there, but it's a lot of, like, there's yoga people and all kinds of stuff going on outside in the kind of walkway between me and the ocean there. So we're just doing it this way. Cowboys draft party was embarrassing. There. Thanks for the heads up on the look on this, guys. I'm gonna give it just a little bit more tilt down. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. We'll see. We'll get this. All right. Have I surprised? There haven't been more trades so far. I am a bit surprised. It's early. I think teams have done the work and seen who they want. But the Browns, of course, are the one team that made the trades. Didn't seem like they did too bad a deal, though, in how they turned their trades out. So, good for them. They did it. It worked out better than maybe we thought it would. We'll see how that goes. Sounds like a great background. It is, Gino. It's fantastic here. I'm a lucky dude for being able to get here. I'll tell you 100%. It was like the timing, it just had to be now, the way things worked out. So, but if you ever get a chance to come down to Maui and check it out, I want to tell you all, take any chance you get. It is fantastic here. It is absolutely gorgeous. And like anywhere you go on vacation, you want to move here, but I really want to move here. I want to move here more. Riz he's not gone. He's working. He's got other commitments. He's got both Lions Wire and Draft Wire that he's a managing editor at. So he's got to cover both of those. This is Draft Wire's big day. So Riz is there. I've got guys, like, our whole group is running around and doing a ton of stuff right now and working hard in the space out there. So they're doing their thing. Got the Dolphins pick in at number 13. Probably have Goodell after the commercial to be able to give us that. John Brock thinks the trades are going to start around 17. That might make sense. I can see that happening. Makes me a little bit. I don't know, boy. Let me ask the chat. I want to ask you all, you guys. Oh, sorry, Flounder. Riz's draft question's gone. I want to ask you all in the chat. If the Lions were to trade, what are you willing to give up, and for who? All right, that's the big question right now. Tori Hanzo, Hawaii's on my bucket list. Enjoy your stay. I absolutely do. It's like for those who are regulars to the show and know how much I've had to travel this last year and all the work that I've done, my boss went so far as to instruct everybody that works around me and for me and everything not to message me because they know I'll check my emails and stuff. They've like got a hard stop on talking to me. They won't respond or anything. They're like saying, go away, get a break. So this is like a special kind of time. So crazy. Mo from the Creek. Mo from the Creek, are you here? What should Brad be doing? Love your thoughts. Yeah, Mo, pipe up in the chat if you're here, brother. Pipe up. And we might be able to work something out, some kind of phone thing. I might be able to do it on the fly. First year, let's see. This year, first and JMO for a top player like TJ Watt. Yeah, but who do you want? I know it takes two to dance, Ben, but this is Fantasyland here. We're going to talk about who are we willing to really just make some trades for? Who's good enough to step up for right now that remains in this draft for the Lions? Because, people talk about playing GM all the time, but like, who's the guy? Who is it? Is your guy Mike Green? Do you want Shamar Stewart? Matthew Golden from Texas. Do we need a wide receiver? Is that the game changer? What's your thought? Nothing given following Chris's fly. I don't know. I mean, like what? There's a price for everything. All right. Goodell's talking. The pick is in for the Dolphins. We'll have Indianapolis. They've taken Kenneth Grant from Michigan. Kenneth Grant is a little ways down the board for me again. Feels a little bit like a reach. Who do we want in this draft? Jeez, Grant. Defensive line, he's gone. Again, at this space in the draft, at number 13, it feels like a reach. Again, they've doubled where I had him on my board. I had him at 26. So that's a little bit nuts. And then we got the Colts. Pick is in already, so they're rolling, and we're rolling forward towards our pick very, very soon. Let's see. Grant goes way early. That was a Riz target. Yeah. It's so early to see him. Maybe he's all that. Maybe they see something and they know something that the consensus doesn't. But again, my consensus is built up of over 800 mock drafts weighted appropriately, I'm going to say, so I don't give away the secret sauce, but it is weighted appropriately. And this is literally twice as early as his number in the draft. Yeah, I had him at 28, or I had him at 26, sorry. So that's feels early. Maybe they couldn't find a trade partner to move back. That's a good question, Ben. If they love Harmon, he's the next pick DT to get. Maybe they trade up that. You got Jalen Walker sitting there as an edge. Has somebody heard something wrong with Jalen Walker that I haven't from Georgia? Is there a water bong in the gas mask? Is there something else going on? Again, if they're falling, Brad might go for it. Michigan dominating the draft. Yeah, they've still got, the natty champ, pedigree on the team from the year before. They beat Ohio State this year. They've got some real talent to put into the draft this year. It's good to see them like really kind of picking it up here, because for years, I mean, ever since Dick Rod took over coaching the Wolverines, they've had problems getting real high quality guys in the draft or in numbers. So it's nice to see. Did Walker use the fog mask? That's what I'm talking about. I want one of those fog masks, man. Yes, and not enough likes. We have to draft Golden. This chat wants to send JMO to the Bears for a signed copy of Ben Johnson's first playbook. Get those likes on there. Get those subscribes in there and give us the love, please. Help other folks find us. We appreciate you. Jameson Hennessy, one of our faves, not just because he's a great guy and he was fun at the party, but he's got one of the best names out there, and it's really his name, Jameson Hennessy. His parents, they knew what they were after. Tyler Warren, tight end out of Penn State, goes finally. Again, there's a guy that seems late to go. I had him at number 9 for him to go 14. Got Atlanta on the clock right now. My guess. Peaceful Tim. Now we're running at the same speed. I think your modem slowed down. Atlanta would want too much to trade with. That's potentially very true, but they have a lot of gaps. They have a lot of needs as well. So there may be an opportunity for Atlanta to come through and make some trades, because they may want the quality or the quantity of picks rather than the fewer quantity and the higher quality. If you know what I'm saying about that, how that thing works. I can only like once. Dang it. Yeah, John, I know. Make a couple other accounts. You can do it. Let's see. I appreciate you, brother. I'm just messing around. Booker's my favorite at 28. Grant. Did I just say something? I don't know. Let's see. I've been here for the draft since Tunsil went to Chernobyl. John Murphy. I'll never forget that. That was so much fun. I don't think I've laughed that hard. Maybe when Green Bay took Jordan Love, I laughed pretty hard. Probably harder than I should have, but he's. I don't think he's all that. I think we've seen the best of Jordan Love. That we'll see. But that Tunsil, man, that was great. 2 tight ends in the first. Is this a weak draft? This is a draft that is weak, and you're gonna, like, when you talk about how many guys are like first round picks, you take that across all the drafts. I don't see a whole lot of guys that I'm looking at that are like straight up first round picks here. So is Jameson Hennessy an old granddad? He's got a black label, I'll tell you that. Yeah, that wasn't as good as yours. You did better than I did, beer worshiping cult. He's one wild turkey, I tell you that. Let's see. Booker was my pick at 28. Yeah, long gone, Michael Hawley. Thank you, Jamie. Love you, brother. I hope things are going well in Montana. Ping me. Email me. Let's chat, okay? Kevin Alt, I called in laughing with you and Chase for the love pick. I was deaf drinking for dollars. Yeah, I couldn't find any Jagermeister. There's talk, and I'll have to confirm with Russ, that Russ and Bish might be doing a day 3 draft. If they do day 3, I will show up with Jägermeister, because I'll get out to the store while we drive around, and I will do a drinking for dollars for you guys, just to keep the spirit of the season, as we like to call it, because what the heck. Kevin Alt, that was a good time, though. We've had a lot of fun over the years on our drafts. 4:25 left for the Falcons on the draft clock right now. Michigan Santa, I'm a Wolverines fan, but I like Warren more than Loveland. Way better blocker and still a better playmaker. Jalen Walker still out there. I am interested in this. Why is this edge now? I mean, I had him 8th overall. What's going on? I want an impact prospect. We're in the quality over quantity phase with this roster. I agree, Anon. And this is one of the things that now Lions fans are going to have to get really used to. We've been able to work the cap very well. As we all know, the cap is nothing more than a social construct. But we're going to lose some guys. Who are the guys we're going to lose? We just got ourselves some curbs on the long haul. One Branch. You know, JMO, I think, is a guy that's come around and continues to come around, a guy that we want to keep. What do you do, right? What do you do? You wind up keeping your picks. You're not looking for a number of picks. You're looking for quality of picks. Well, so that's where you get to a place where maybe the Lions will move up. This might be a good year, though, to get a quantity of quality picks next year, if that makes sense. This draft is not fantastic. I think maybe you bite with your early draft pick on somebody like a edge or inside of a defensive line type of thing, and maybe trade out some of your later picks for some earlier picks next year, and get yourself some quality picks in the bucket for next year, and you have better plucks out of the draft. That may be something they're working on as well, right? What if we trade out a first for a subpar trade? I don't like it. I don't like it. What's on tap for day 2? Biting Pig. I don't think as of right now we're going to have a day 2 broadcast, just because of how busy everybody is. I'm actually going to be on if you include below the waterline on the tallest mountain on earth watching the sunrise tomorrow. So I can't do it, and literally everybody else is working. We had a couple people get picked up on stuff later, and so they took that. But day 3, we shall be being back. We shall be being back. I've got here's the one guy I didn't call. Frick, I should have. Case. I love you, brother. Holy shit, Case is texting me. Seeing Bears fans' reactions reminds me so fucking much of the Ebron draft. Oh, Case, you're not kidding, man. That is so true. Oh my God, the Ebron draft. That brings back some tough memories. Some pain. Did anybody else have a freak out when they grabbed Ebron? My wife is still scarred from the scream that I emitted when they picked Eric Ebron, and he lived up to every decibel of that scream. He was terrible. We're going to lose J-Mo, Decker, and Ancelone within the next year or two. Well, is Ancelone and Decker going to be due to age? I don't know. You know, they've been around a while. I don't know that they're around after that, but they're great teachers, great to have. Ben says, right, when you're in your window, you can go for quality and less picks. This is something we have to talk about. And the idea is, when you're in your window, do you change? There's Jalen Walker just sitting there lamenting his life right now, his life choices. Pick is in for the Falcons. We'll have it as soon as they announce it. Do you change? How much do you change? If you want to keep your window open in perpetuity, do you change your strategy for your look for the quality guys in fewer picks now? Or do you say, no, I'm keeping my quality guys. I'm going to continue going with the quality kind of a buy on these players that I get because I know I'm going to get good ones, and I'm just going to let guys go because I know I'm not going to be able to pay everybody because I do so well at picking who I pick. That's that. So that's it. That's where we're at. A lot of talk about J-Mo. Tori Hanzo. Bears fans told me be right back. I'm going to put my head in the oven after the Bears pick. Falcons pick is in. And so we got a drone flight coming into some part of the garbage here. Yeah, Ben, PTSD. Oh, you're in Maui. Enjoy, love the mountain sunrise. Yes. Warm coat, froze our asses off, and that was essentially. I did. I brought a really, really warm jacket. And they have one on tap for me, too, so I decided I was going to do the layer thing. So we got a really nice breakfast after the sunrise. So we'll see. Thank you, though, Michigan Santa. I'm really excited about it. Haven't been here, so I'm it's a trip of a lifetime. J-Mo is much better than we give him credit for. Sure hands, good, getting better route running, enthusiastic blocking. I would keep him for sure. Yeah, J-Mo's a guy that's really interesting. And we don't know what we don't know about J-Mo. He seems to have matured and be maturing. But he also seems to have a personality. I like his personality. He's got a lot of it. But what is he, where is his head at? Is he a lover of football? And I think that's really the question that you have there. The team, they know the answer to, and is what's going to inform their decisions. If he truly loves the game, he'll be fine. If he doesn't, I think we're going to try to gather some benefit from him. The pick's going on right now. I see Goodell's lips moving, so some kind of bullshit. Jalen Walker, there he goes, defensive end, edge, finally picked by Atlanta. I think Atlanta got a steal there for their position in the draft. I think they did a really good job. They picked up Jalen Walker out of Georgia, nice edge. There's no way he was falling to the Lions, but off he goes. They didn't show the Bears fans' reaction after their pick. That's freaking great. I got to give some love to Case there. Let's see what else we have going on. Let's see. I'm the Falcons. If I'm the Falcons, I draft Campbell. They didn't. They got Jalen Walker. Campbell's still there. Jihad is there down the ways as a linebacker. All right, let's see what else we get. Shedeur Sanders still out there. Just saw Bear fans on Twitter saying this is Ben Johnson's Trubisky. Those dudes ain't happy. If the Bears fans ain't happy, that means we are. That's good stuff. This is good. Yeah, for all his foibles, JMO made the third-year jump you want from wide receivers. Let's see. Calls Donovan to the Bucks. Oh, you hurt me. We've got the Cards at 16 on the clock right now. I think we're 2 picks away from getting Russ back in the house, so you don't have to say. You don't have to listen to me keep talking. Just say you were going to go visit Mauna Kea. No, Haleakala, Road to Hana. We're going to go to Lahaina, Ka'anapali, a couple other things. And we also have a couple days of relaxation days built in. They our first day here, they gave us a cabana. They come to us another cabana later at the thing. So it's like this full crazy service. They're just treating us well. So good times. Can't wait. Jameson is all in on Jihad Campbell. Jameson, I have a memory, and I could be wrong, okay? But I want you to remind me, did you have somebody that you were all in on a draft a couple of years ago that I made fun of you for? Because I feel like that was something that happened. And then I want to know who it was, and then I want to either be wrong or feel good that my fading memory is right about something that I was right about. Remind me, Jameson, because I for some reason that's in my head. I remember that. Saturday FTB, yeah, gotta give a little bit of love to Eddie Isaac, yeah, out there, man. He was a fun follow. Let's see, JMO staying, yeah, he's not going anywhere. Let's see, hike up to Diamond Head if you can. It's pretty cool. Yes, Steve Owens. That's where we're going. Haleakala. No, hold on. You're not looking at the chat, so you don't know what's going on. No, you're not. Okay. Yes, we're going to Haleakala. So there you go. Okay. Got a producer in the back who's got the delay going on. So let's see. Jihad Campbell has a shoulder and knee injuries, so that's an interesting one. For sure, Steve. It really, really is. 4 minutes left on the Cardinals. Pick is in, so hopefully we can get stuttering Roger up there to stumble his way into giving us a pick. We don't have to wait for another commercial. We can get rolling on here. Looking 17, we have Cincinnati and then Seattle after that. I'm interested in what folks think. Will Seattle, how far and fast do you think Seattle will run away from an offensive lineman for their pick? Running DBs and wide receivers would help us out here. Absolutely. Black Lion, this is one of the things that I know it's a good pick. If Tom Grossi is crying because of the Lions pick and he throws up one of those, of course, I'm in. Whatever that is, I am happy. Slew Shark, picture taking time. Other teams are calling to move up. It could be. Maybe the Lions are just prank calling everybody and filling their lines so nobody can get through. 3 edge rushers. You're having trouble talking already. It's only been 2 beers. 3 edge rushers. You'd be happy with the Lions taking at 28. As I look right here. So big biting pig. Let me go back a ways. Mike Green, I love and I hate, and I know we're not going to take him. I just think I'm not going to include him. Okay. Shamar Stewart, I like. I'd be happy with the Lions if he fell to him. Donovan Easy from Boston College, all in on that. No, Zabel has not been picked yet. And then I know people are not as high on him, but it's a long way. So if I'm forced into an edge, I might look at James Pierce. There's also, like, if I have to go down a ways, though, down my list to find Nick Scorton. So that's where we're at. All right. We've got the pick is in, and Walter Nolan, defensive tackle from Ole Miss, picked out of the picked what seems kind of early to me. Again, a lot of these teams seem to be reaching, so maybe they're looking for their people. I saw an article about a change that was kind of thrust upon the league by the Lions, a change in thinking for a lot of teams, and it is the idea of wanting somebody who loves football. We want somebody who loves the game of football. 7 minutes left for Cincinnati on the clock. Maybe that's what some of these, what look like reaches really are, is teams that are saying, I'm kind of walking past some guys that I don't think necessarily love the game of football. And so they're picking the guys that do. Like I said, that's could be one reason. Another reason could be that my board is a complete piece of trash. I don't think that's it. I think there's all kinds of other things that could be happening. Dream of Shamar for Detroit. Let's see. Did Zabel get picked yet? No, Zabel is still there, Mr. Hodges. He is still there and available. I keep going. I hope the Chargers get a trade offer and the Pack loses their mind. Oh, God, yeah. Anything that makes the Pack lose their mind makes me happy. That's my Roku. Donovan Jackson. Don't jinx it. Nolan's a stud. I got new comments here. Okay, there we are. There are some not so disclosed injuries out there, Beer Worshipping Cult says. So that's true. That's true. Cincy might take an edge, Dan Howard says. And that's something, to be honest, in the scampers of my travel for work last week and getting ready, just doing a weekend turnaround to get here. I haven't been able to pick into the injury piece and what's going on with who's feeling well and who's not. So we'll have to see what that might look like. And as we kind of get out of the draft here and see why people, why they picked who they picked. But I think you're right about that. There very well could be some not so disclosed injuries. Beer Worshipping Cult. Someone said auto draft went to the bathroom. No, because it would be happening a lot faster than this. Nolan's character was better. He would have been a top 10. Yeah. I'm not sure that this is going to make a big difference in the numbers of zeros in his check. So I don't know that he's going to have the inspiration that he needs to work on those character things either. So that's interesting. That gives the guy an opportunity to maybe continue or reinforce some of those character gaps, we'll say. I want to see the Lions jump the Packers because FTP. I would love to see the Packers get jumped by a raging herd of elephants. But yes, that would be good. Jeff wanted Harmon, but he said he may have a quiet injury concern. So there you go. That could be what's going on there. All right, so right now, the top of my board is Shedeur Sanders. You've got the Bengals on. He's not going there. Things have to be quieting down in the Sanders land right now. Could he fall to the second round? That would be something to see. Or could another quarterback get taken before Shedeur Sanders? That would be something to see. Something's going on, and I mean, we'll see. Yeah, that's a good one, Ben. The only thing better than jumping him is when they traded us Branch. This meltdown. Grassi knows what he's looking at, and to watch him melt down just makes me feel so happy and confident. A lot of the teams are thinking like Holmes and Dan Campbell, leaving the arrogance in the room. Whoa. If we got this, we got to get this on and get this hosted for posterity. If the Lions move up, I will get a DLP tattoo. My God, Jamie. I love the commitment. I don't even have one. But if you get one, I just might. We'll see. It's been 10 years of doing these live shows, so maybe I should make the commitment and show that I actually do care at some point here, right? Get the old tattoo going. Let's see. She had Campbell, knee, shoulder injury. Sounds like the perfect Holmes pick. Yeah, that's fair, Michigan Santa. I don't think you're wrong about that. Dan Howard says, "Rip the dream." What? Did Shedeur Sanders get taken? You're on, Jamie. All right, brother. Let's see. Oh, it's commercials. Pick is in. Pick is in for the Bengals. Got Bengals, Seattle, and the Buccaneers coming up. Oh, wow. I'll get a DLP tattoo too. This is good stuff. Now we're having fun. All right. We'll all go get some DLP tattoos together. Why not? Have a little bit of fun. The beer's delicious here. Let's see. What else do we have going on? All right. There's still commercial in. I'll go through my my top 5 that remain on the board right now. We're looking at pick 17, and 3 of the top 5 with the third one is at 17. We got Shedeur Sanders from Colorado, quarterback. Will Johnson out of Michigan, cornerback. Jahdae Barron from Texas, cornerback. I'm sorry, the 4th one. Mike Green is an edge out of Marshall. And Shamar Stewart, Texas A&M edge, is available. So that's the through 18, the picks that I have on my board here. So interestingly enough, there's some guys that are walking past me. We need to know. I bet we can hear Joe Burrow scream if the Bengals don't go on. I'll open the window just to hear it. I will, because I know it. I'll probably be able to hear it too. Stumbling, bumbling, Goodell's coming out. Dan wants to know where I'm at, whether it looks great. It is beautiful. I'm in Maui, my friend. I don't know how many draft parties are broadcasting from Maui, but just look at this. I'm sitting in a hotel room in front of the ocean in the 21st century, broadcasting Lions and an NFL draft to all my friends here. This is fantastic, man. John Brock is here, party pooping on the whole thing. Will not get a DLP tat, only because he already has one. And Shamar Stewart goes to the Bengals. Hold on, let me see. Yep, we got Burrow screaming. No lineman. My other knee. Oh, sorry about that, Burrow. We're going to win. Defense wins the championships, Joe. Just throw the ball and run fast. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, that's freaking fantastic. Let's see. Oh, it would be sick. Yeah, Dan, it is. Booker, not Boomer. Heading up to LA. Yes, sure am, Hayes Bays. I will be tomorrow morning. We're heading up to do the sunrise. I cannot wait. I mean, getting up, they're picking us up at 2 a.m. to do that, but that's going to be difficult. But otherwise, I can't wait. Can't wait. All right. See some Gators replays. Love me some Gators. And they're just going to, show that because of the SEC, but Natty chance in basketball. So there we go. All right. Going to be plenty of wide receivers on that board when we pick. That's absolutely true. Let's see if the tattoos are all pictograms. D, Old English D, L, Lions logo, and P, just a big old hog spitting chiclets. I like it. Bengals must think their achievement for no O-line speed run. Yeah, they should have picked maybe Shedeur because they're gonna have another body carted off on a cot this year. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. Why would they would not go O-line? This is gonna be malpractice on Burrow's entire career. By the time he's too old, they're gonna say maybe we should get some linemen to pick up this team for him. We'll see. Let's see if I can make this work. I'm gonna try this. I see Russ is back. Can we do it, Russ?
What up?
I think we're doing it. I'm gonna keep watching the screen here. I didn't realize for a long time I was like full screen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at it and it was 2 of us. So let me see if it's working. It worked. Welcome back, Russ. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. I opened the door just to hear Burrow screaming from Maui because they didn't get an offensive lineman. Do they really hate him? Are they trying to kill him?
It kind of feels that way. Like, doesn't it? I mean,
there's a murder charge on some GM's rap sheet coming. I'm telling you.
I mean, like, I had them taking Walter Nolan, but I don't really understand the Shamar Stewart thing. You struggled with Miles Murphy. He's not producing. You then just took an edge rusher that hasn't produced. And I get like the traits, and I really like Shamar Stewart.
Shamar, yep.
I love all the potential that he has, but just really, I don't know, asinine stuff. I mean, you could have possibly added Josh Simmons. Gray Zabel was there. There was a lot of buzz for him. I know Tyler Booker's gone, so maybe that changed the board a little bit for them. It's always interesting how the whole process goes, right?
Yeah. We got two people saying they're going to get DLP tattoos if the Lions trade up. So I'm really hoping for a trade up here.
That would be awesome.
I have not seen any DLP tattoos, including on my body. So this could be this could be a little bit wild.
Yeah, this is
why they make lasers.
There was a rumor that Seattle was going to be trading this pick, but it looks like they're staying.
Yeah, pick is in, it says. Pick is in, and we got Tampa after that, and then Denver. I got this weird feeling that Denver's going to pick somebody I want. I don't know why. Denver? Or they're going to take Mike Green. Like, that would actually be the one. They want the guy that I want that I know we're not going to get. That would actually probably be a fit.
I hope they take Gray Zabel just so I can get another mock draft pick like right.
Wow. That's what this is all about? This is all about you, Russ?
Yeah, 100%. This is my day.
Gray Zabel. What in the world is going on in Seattle? Did they actually pick somebody on offensive line in first?
Nice.
What?
Nice. That was the worst kept secret in the league.
What?
We're back. If Tampa takes Malachi Starks, we are so back.
Oh my God. Wow.
I sent you a message in the private chat. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I found it. Oh, yeah, I can do that. I forgot. Sorry. I got it. I got you.
Dan Howard said, congrats, Russ. I don't know why, but thank you. The Zabel thing, maybe?
There was a trade that was made earlier about who's the man of the house in the Brown household. And
my life all day long.
Somebody asked if I was asked if I could make an announcement who the man of the house was, and I asked what the price he was willing to pay. Dude. Because nothing's free, right? And so Russ, I'm giving you an opportunity to match.
Anytime, any place for that kid. Just let him know. Anytime, any place. Taller he is, the harder he falls. As my mom always said, it was I brought you into this world, I'll take you out, right? Like that's what my mom always used to say. I was like, whoa, Mom.
How old is he? 18?
He just turned 15.
15. Oh, yeah, it's easy now, bro. Mine's 20. I used to talk the same way, and now it's getting like,
getting too old.
And now I have to fight dirty.
Right. Yeah, like I remember like when he was smaller, we'd wrestle around and whatever, and now funny. It's like he'll hook me or grab something, and I'm like, how are you grabbing all the way? Like you're so far away from me. He's just so tall and lanky and big. He's an awesome kid. I know he's running his little mouth on here, but he is an awesome kid.
Yeah. Can we get a Riz DLP butt cheek tattoo? Maybe the 24-hour pod can make it. You know what? We're gonna have to get him drunk to con him into doing that. And maybe you saw it, Russ. You saw the reaction to the Stevie Miller band. Maybe we rope him down. We put the Stevie Miller band on and say it won't stop until you concur that you're going to get a DLP ass tattoo on St. Jude for a certain amount of money.
Yeah. I like that idea. I say we go live on it. We do it maybe in Allen Park. We do the whole thing and just let it happen.
His reaction, like, I mean, you've known him for a while too, right? Have you ever seen such a violent, like,
no.
just
he doesn't get mad either. Like I had never seen him get that, and he wasn't even like I won't say like a angry, but like flipping tables, but like he was pissed. I just never seen it before.
And it was so fantastic because they were playing pretty good music. I mean, not for him. I mean, they had some like Kanye, but they were kicking some good like stuff, and it was like totally out of character. But I just like wow, I'm gonna get a beer. Went up to the bar like, hey, can I get you guys to put on some Steve Miller Band? Because my guy here freaks out when it comes on, and they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, he gets really mad. They're like, we'll do it for sure. Like we're so all in, and I just sat down there like you didn't know, he didn't know. I just had this grin so big waiting. And it played, and I just started humming along and singing Big Old Jet Airliner, and it took him like about 25 seconds into the song. He's like, boom, stood up, fucking shot out of there.
Yeah. Dude, I just thought it was like a song just playing by random. You know, I had no idea that you had even requested it. So I was just kind of chilling, like, oh, this, you know, whatever, good song, whatever. He just stormed up on there. He's like, I got to get out of here.
I'll get a DLP Tad if we get Dart or Campbell, 100%. All right. I tell you what, if we have anybody that winds up getting DLP tattoos, save them for when we do St. Jude. That'll be fun stuff we can do on St. Jude, and we'll pull them out and we'll use it as an opportunity to raise some money to help some kids. St. Jude is coming. It is coming. We're doing it a little bit differently this year, just because we had done it the same way for a while. And then other people started doing kind of the same style of what we were doing, and it just got to be like, we're fine. We'll change it up, right? We'll make it different. We're the creative ones. You can follow again, but so we'll have something for St. Jude come up, and I guarantee it will be good. I promise you, you'll have a lot of fun, and there'll be a live portion too, a live party portion with proceeds going, and a lot of cool stuff. So
keep me posted on that date too. You know, I'd love to partake in the fun.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be, I'll tell you, it's like right around training camp party time is what we're thinking right now. Okay. And now with that Hall of Fame game kind of coming in, that changes the calculus a little bit on how we do the timing on all this. So more to come. What
did you think of the Hall of Fame game? I've never seen the Lions in the Hall of Fame game.
Well, I'm interested if they get the field painted and the paint's dry and they actually have the game.
True. I always feel like it like storms, like really like a tornado rips through Canton, Ohio every time they play that game.
If you've ever been to Canton, it looks like that all the time.
Oh, on the outside?
Yeah. Drive through downtown.
I said Canton, not Akron.
Akron.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It does. There's always a huge storm. It's fun. I'm excited about the game, though. I think it's really cool. Plus, like, who else but a Dan Campbell team would eat up getting an extra preseason game? You know what I mean? It's like,
100%.
I love that.
You know, it's like one of those where it's like he doesn't have a lot of practice squad guys as he did to end the year, but they still have a lot of practice squad guys that they brought back on 1-year deals. This is another opportunity for them to prove themselves. Yeah. And that's big. Like, you know, Mitchell Akude, who I was a big fan of. I thought he should have made the 53 last year. He didn't. But he showed up later in the year, didn't do much, but now this gives him another chance to do, you know, something, improve himself. And it makes obviously their job harder as evaluators, but it certainly, you know, just, I like giving guys that opportunity.
Yeah. Buccaneers pick is in. We're waiting for Slur and Goodell to roll in. He's slurring something up there. We'll keep watching to see who these Tampa Bay Buccaneers pull off the board. It looks like Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State, wide receiver, is now.
No way. I mean, that's a great pick. But man, I don't want to root for Tampa Bay.
It feels like a reach, though. I mean, it's a good fit, but again, on my board.
This is like Chris Godwin insurance. You know what I mean? He's not, you don't know if he's going to be back 100%. Man, that sucks for Houston. Houston was all over him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like they could have traded back for it, but okay. That's where we're at. Denver on the clock, 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Then Pittsburgh, and then we have the Chargers. Shedeur Sanders still on the clock. My God, Russ. What's happened?
Dude, is this not 2013 all over again? One quarterback in the first round, which was EJ Manuel, a guard at 10, which was Chance Warmack when he went, and then you have a guard this year with Tyler Booker going to 12, which is fine. It's Dallas. It'll probably work out. He'll be there for 10, 12 years. But yeah, Shador, it's surprising, but not really, because this is just what it was through the process, right? Like, it's kind of been evident that he didn't win a lot of people over, and there was a lot of doubts with him. And I don't know. It sucks because he was my QB1. I thought he was the most consistent. I thought he played in I don't want to say a bad system, but he had a bad, bad front line, a bad surrounding, not bad surrounding cast is the rough way to put it. He had a Heisman Trophy winner playing with him, but it wasn't like everything was forced to Travis Hunter. He had to operate off script from time to time. He had to stand in the pocket and deliver a strike down the field and get back up. So he did those things. And I think Mike Tomlin loves him, and I think that's going to be the guy at 21. I would be shocked if he wasn't.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
What else are they going to take? That's the biggest hole on that roster right now.
Well, you got Dart and Milroe, and imagine being in the Sanders camp, and one of those guys goes first. The sting on that. I mean, but knowing the Sanders psyche, that's just the chip on my. That's how they're going to play it. But boy, they're going to have to bounce back from that. It's going to be hard. At some point, it feels like there's a big chunk of crow and pride that's going to have to get swallowed by that camp and by that boy to kind of be to get his spot in the NFL, to play and to do his thing. Get talking once you've done it. You know what I mean? 3 years of actually being a starter and getting something done. Until then, it was probably a good time to shut up about a year ago.
Yeah.
For you young kids out there thinking of getting drafted by the NFL.
Dude, I'm sorry. I just saw a proposed trade from a fan out there, and I thought it was real for a second. It was the Bills and the Broncos. It was just like a fan made it up, like created the whole graphic and everything. I was reading it for a second. I was like, whoa.
That would be a fun thing to do, to just totally F with Twitter. Just totally put proposed like in small letters, little asterisks in the bottom, and just keep throwing trades like that out during the draft. See who bites.
Other media does it, so I'm not gonna say who, but I mean, you could do it,
So let's go. We got Russ. Who's your top 3 for the Lions? Not name Malachi Starks right now. Thank you. Malachi.
Well, John A. Barron, I would have to assume he would be high on their board. I know he's more of a nickel, but he played outside a lot this past year. They need safety depth, and I know they just paid a guy, but you can't keep all these guys. You bring in a guy like that, he really fits because he's not destined to one spot. Like if you drafted Will Johnson, he's only playing on the perimeter. You bring in Jody Barron, you can play him anywhere. But Donovan Ezeraku makes a lot of sense. Derek Harmon is still there. He would probably be the guy that I would have to assume. I know, early in the draft process, he was somebody that I had heard they were really high on. So we'll see, obviously, if that's the pick. But he's a local kid from Detroit, versatile, plays a 4-eye, a 5. He can bump into a 2-eye, 6'4", 313, long arms. So I think there's a lot to love there. Sorry, I was reading that comment from Evan.
No, that's good.
Thank you,
Evan. Thank you, brother, for joining us. So happy y'all are doing this. The best coverage I've seen and heard. Now, I love you, man. Thank you for coming along and joining us. It's always fun. 10th annual. We love it's for the love of the game. It's for, again, I say this as our origin story. It started out as almost not like a lark, but just as something like a fun, like, let's give it a run thing. And people really came to it, and it became important to a lot of people. So we've kind of made it important to us, and it's become what it is as a result of, the support and love from everybody who's just demanded more and more. So thank everyone who's here. Thank you very much for joining us. If you're someone here and you haven't hit the like yet or subscribe, please do. We've got a lot of stuff, a lot of coverage that we do. Russ and Bish do their show, and Riz and I do a show. We got Ash doing his stuff. We got Dr. Liao, who's just fantastic at the injury reports and looking at the health and safety parts of what the players have. He's going to be a lot more active as we go forward here with some of the stuff we're doing. It's we continue to grow and do what we're doing and make it bigger and better. But it's all because of what you all are asking and all that you guys and gals bring. So thank you. And okay, yeah. I just coming in from the truck, from the production truck. It's so important that I'm doing the draft on my 30th wedding anniversary vacation. I had to say that. So that's where we're at. So
well, the rumor mill, let me just say this. It's great being a part of Detroit Lions podcast. I've loved doing this. I love covering the Lions. I love talking about them. I mean, you can see right here, you can tell by the blue lights. I got the jersey. I've been a Lions fan for as long as I can remember. And, covering the draft is what I absolutely love to do. This is, my favorite time of the year. It's like Christmas Day for me. But at the same time, being able to jump on this podcast with Scott or you or Jeff or Ash or whoever, just building this relationship with our fans and the people that support us, it's been awesome. And I look forward to the future. I look forward to, bumping into everybody at potentially training camps and practices and what have you. But this has been awesome. I love Detroit sports, and I love being a part of the show.
Love the city, love the sports, love the people. There's nobody is like the people of Detroit. I mean, I haven't lived there for a while, and it kind of sucks, but I grew up there, and it's part of my blood, and you can see it wherever you go. There is nothing like people from Detroit. And when you know who they are when you go around the country. You know who they are. They're just special people. So, damn right, Shane. They cook. All right. Broncos pick is in. We've got some. I don't want to make fun of it because it's like maybe a Make-A-Wish or something. You never know like what's going on. I've like talked shit about whatever's going on. Yep, Make-A-Wish. There it is. About shit that's on stage, and then something like that'll pop up, and I'm like, boy, did I really step in there. So I learned 10 years of doing this. You learn not to make fun of something before you know what's going on. So hey, glad this guy's getting his wish. I hope it's probably a very warm story. Jahdae Barron, quarterback out of Texas, goes to the Denver Broncos.
That's just crazy, man. They've been so linked to running backs, and I was just reading a text I got. There's speculation that the Giants are trying to get back into the first round right now. So a lot of things happening, but Barron makes a lot of sense for Denver. Maybe the best player available, but they've been just so linked to running backs and Omarion Hampton and Travion Henderson. And I mean, I get it. You need somebody opposite of Patrick Surtain, so it makes a ton of sense. But just a real shock. This has just been a crazy draft. It has been so unpredictable in so many different ways. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for everybody else that's been making comments. Just read one about making some BS. That's funny.
Yeah, I almost threw it up there, but I'm like, I'll put it up there. Crunch time makes up a hell of BS. Watching them weirdos. There we go. Okay, we got it. There we go.
They're good guys. Those are good guys. I love those guys.
I'm sure they are. I've never met them, so I don't know. So I'll take your word for it. All right. Somebody, I saw it in the chat. I put it up. I apologize. If I don't remember who it was, but they made a great point about the Shitter Sanders pickup. If you pick up him, you pick up the whole circus. And that's the other hard part, right? You not only do you get the mouth, but you get all the other mouths to feed that come with it. So
yeah,
it's gonna be tough. That's
the thing. I mean, it's just you don't know what you're getting. Like you're yeah, I'm not sure about me either. I'm a clown. I click buttons. He does all the work, honestly.
I'm not even supposed to be clicking buttons. These are buttons I've never clicked before.
It's a minute to adjust to it.
This is your house. I'm like working the oven and the microwave and shit. I'm like, I don't know. Want me to do some laundry?
If you need to take a break or something, let me know. I can hop out, log back in, and
I'm whatever. Good. I feel good, man. I feel good.
I just want to make it. Sanders going to be the guy here for Pittsburgh. Is
4:53 to know.
I mean,
he now looks like, at least my lighting has gotten better, but now he's like the guy whose identity they're trying to conceal in one of those whistleblower kind of videos on 60 Minutes.
yeah. He's going to be the pick, though, just judging by where the cameras are. and everybody's standing up. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man.
that's what it looks like to me. They just showed him standing there.
They showed him a couple times. I don't think he's in Kaysville, Utah. Oh man, boy, this is it. All right, yeah, Steelers Nation, woo, all the way in Cheesetown. Put on a coat. All right, let's go. What's the temp like there in Michigan right now, bro?
It was warm today, brother. It was
Good,
like 80
good.
degrees. It's been great. The last couple days have been great. So
That's awesome.
today was the best I felt. I was able to get outside and enjoy myself. I felt like death the last couple days, so it was nice. But 80 degrees, feeling good.
Pick is in. I love him. Oh man, okay.
If this is going to be a defensive lineman, I'm going to be pissed.
Unless it's Mike Green.
That's true.
He can go, I just want him to go to somebody else.
Right.
I want him to go to somebody else before we pick. Because then it's not that thing. What is that thing Brad's going to say when everybody comes in for drafting a DB? Let me see if I can play it. I might be able to. The pick is in for the Steelers. It is being announced. Derek Harmon out of Oregon.
Oh.
Holy shit.
I mean, he's been a Steelers guy through and through the entire. There's only going to be one quarterback go, and if not, it's going to be the Giants moving up for Jackson Dart. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no way Shador's going.
It's crazy to me. This is crazy to me.
What is the thing Brad's going to say when everybody comes at him for drafting a DB at 28? I'll be pissed, dude. I won't be pissed, but I don't want another corner. You know what I mean?
You don't think so?
I mean, you can't play them all, right?
I guess.
You gotta even out a little bit, but he's such a Steelers pick, man. He'll be there 8-9 years, holding it down, maybe longer.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. If something breaks, bear with me. I'm trying to play something that was requested, but I don't know if I have it. Let's see. I want to play. It's the Brad Holmes line. I don't know if I have it because I didn't prep for all that. Guys, I'm sorry. We'll see if it all works. We'll see what happens. Okay. We have a good cornerback room. Mm-hmm. We have, what else do we have? Okay, so I need to, I marked him off. So we now have the Chargers, then Green Bay, then Minnesota. 6:30 left on the Chargers pick right now. Boy, this is gonna be nuts to see. Let's see if I can play it. I don't think I have it, guys. I apologize.
I will say, I wouldn't be like I'll always trust the process, right? Like I'm never going to be like overly upset, having a temper tantrum, but I feel like you've spent a lot of money in that secondary, and you need to, again, you got to revamp that offensive line a little bit. You got to revamp that defensive line a little bit. Pass catcher could be there. Matthew Golden, they met with him. Jahad Campbell, I mean, he would make sense.
Yeah. Let me know if we can hear this. Let's see if it's here. It's come. Can you hear that? I gotta take it as a no.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Can't play it for you. All right. Would Brad draft Milroe at 28? I think no. I think Brad would absolutely. He likes his job. He likes being loved in Detroit. I think it still would be hilarious to watch Milroe go ahead of Sanders.
Yeah, I agree. It's possible. I mean, if Cleveland moves back up, Cleveland, offensive coordinator Tommy Rees, he's connected to Jalen Milroe from 2023 at Alabama. That was when Milroe was at his best as a passer.
Yep.
We already know how dynamic he is as a runner. So
You know what Sanders feels like to me right now? And this isn't a great example, but it's like a pump and dump. But you know what I mean on crypto? Like it was all marketing. It was all screaming and yelling. The play really wasn't there. He just, but they yelled at you. You got yelled at from every direction if you said the play wasn't there. And you were oh, he's great, he's great, he's great. But the market, the real market is now talking. And it's not the marketing doing the talking. And the market is absolutely rejecting. So, and not a pump and dump, but something like that. I can't think. It's not snake oil. I'm trying to find like the words that say what I mean. But I hope I conveyed the idea.
You saying pump and dump was not what I was expecting, and I just started coughing because I was laughing. My fault. Hawk to a coin. Oh no! Don't bring her into this chat.
That's Sanders. Hawk to a coin.
Oh man. Oh man.
If someone remembers, Dan Howard feels like Will Johnson could go to the Vikings too. What's it called? It's like when it's all pumped up and everyone's talking about it, but the market absolutely rejects it. Like it's over. Like what happened to the Snow White movie? It was all they spent millions and millions and millions marketing and doing everything else, and nobody went and saw it. Right? Like what's that called when it's
hype? All hype. All sizzle no steak.
All sizzle no steak, overhyped. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. That's what Sanders is right now.
Would we be? We have not seen this question come up. Maybe it has while I was gone, but would we be mad if the Lions traded back, waited all this time, and then trade out? They're going pick 34.
Oh man, you know.
Ooh, good question.
Yes, I mean it's possible.
Cleveland,
right? Bring your popcorn.
I think he would have gone to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because they were rumored to have wanting to trade up to get him. They offered 2 first-round picks.
Yeah. Crystal Pepsi all over again. There you go. Sanders marketing. He's Crystal Pepsi. Oh man, Flop Zeitgeist. What could be
speaking of just Pepsi and Coke? You know, I've never actually had like pop in an actual like bottle, like the glass bottle.
Really?
Is it like just amazing?
Dude, yeah. Like you should get the Mexican Coke because they use real sugar, not the high fructose, in a bottle. That's like the 80s.
Yeah.
Like that's what everyone talks about when they're talking about like soda in a bottle, man. That is
electric.
It is to die for. I've tried to cut it out of my diet, but if it comes in a glass bottle, I mean, I'll be honest with you, way back in the day, it was glass bottle Mountain Dew after some other kind of green imbibing, and it was fantastic. Get rid of that cotton mouth, and you just have the red eyes. It was great, man. Those are good times.
Swiss Coke.
I've heard. Swiss Coke glass bottle.
What is that? What is Swiss Coke?
I don't know. Tell us more, Rants. All right. Well, we got a super chat. Thank you, Barry. AstroTurfing. That is it, Dr. Avatar. Thank you. It was all AstroTurf. Oh, it's like Reddit. Jihad Campbell. Is he an option?
Absolutely. I mean, if he's there, he makes a lot of sense. He has a high motor, great backside pursuit. He can blitz. They have a thing for linebackers. They kind of have an abundance amount of them at this point, but the depth is somewhat lacking in a sense. And if you don't know about re-signing Alex Anzalone for the future down the road, and Malcolm Rodriguez, I mean, we all love him, but he's coming off a torn ACL. There's some limitations. Campbell coming here now would give him 5 years, and it gives him a chance to get healthy. And you kind of get Campbell and Campbell in the middle of your defense for the future. So that's a lot of fun.
Yep. Yeah, there it is. Black Line Glass Bottle Mountain Dew is amazing. Yeah. Let's see. If I was live with you, everyone would leave because it'd be punching that you had enough of that shit button the entire time. Americans don't have sugar in Coke. No, and it's high fructose corn syrup. And it's crazy. And I'm not making a political judgment either way, just so folks know, but there was a tariff put on sugar because the American sugar industry couldn't keep up. and we saved a couple hundred jobs, but it made sugar too expensive, so everybody went to high fructose corn syrup, and you could say that tariff resulted in diabetes tragedy across the country. So there you go. That's not industry worth saving, because look what it did to us. Anyway.
The Chargers went all the way to 0. It says the pick is in, but it went all the way to 0, and they were in the room, like still trying to figure things out. It looked like.
Could it be like it ran past it?
I don't know what happens when that happens. You know, I know back in the day you'd have to forfeit the pick, but
yeah.
I mean, Will Johnson.
But do they not have a graphic for pick forfeited, and it just says pick is in? Like the pick
Probably.
is in, it's nobody.
They probably like call them and are like, "Hey, what do you got? You got 20 seconds or something," you know. I would be curious if
Ricky Williams.
They pick me. I'm like, what? It's got to be Will John. Yeah, it's got to be Will John. I mean, I don't know. They haven't announced it, but
I think palm trees. That's a good question. Kevin, I think they're palm trees. I mean, I hadn't looked at it that way. Yeah, the leaf structure is not quite the other thing. Boy, now I'm going to go see if I can get a shirt like that. Peaceful Tim is already out there with the answer. He's been pretty spot on. Looks like they might have got it in. Let's see what he says. The chat is flying. The chat is flying because we're getting close. We got our list rocking. We got Will Johnson still out there too, cornerback. I'm watching for, who do we get? Yep, Amarian Hampton came in from North Carolina, running back. So that is a young man that is off the board. I don't think the Lions would be too caring about that. But now, Green Bay, Minnesota on the clock.
Amarian Hampton.
Do you think they've got call blocking in Green Bay on Brad's phone at this point?
100%. They probably see that number and they're like, no, not even close.
I ain't falling for that shit again.
Right. You know, Minnesota does. They're like, no way. I'm not dealing with you on draft day. Like, I still can't believe that ever happened.
Back the fuck up, motherfucker.
Right.
Detroit, Michigan.
313.
Oh, man.
It's going to get loud, though, at Lambeau for this one, right? I mean, Green Bay's on the clock. Don't think they're moving.
Guessing Green Bay goes with Maxwell Harrison. Why not Will Johnson?
Will Johnson? I could see Josh Simmons. That's who I had him take. Somebody made a comment to me about throughout the draft process, and they were like, think of the Packers. Do they really want to pay Rasheed Walker $20 million to be their left tackle? Probably not. And is Jordan Morgan really a left tackle? Probably not. Maybe not. I don't know. So you get Josh Simmons, gives him a little bit of time, and then you got your left tackle for the future.
Yeah.
Something to consider.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, 6 minutes left on the Packers. Now, isn't it tradition for the team who's the hometown draft team to take every bit of time on this that they can to kind of pump up the local crowd and do their thing?
Yeah, I mean, this one will take this will be 16 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to probably have a parade real quick, show highlights of Brett Favre, the Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary. I'm bringing up bad stuff. I gotta move on. I gotta stop talking.
No, we're in Green Bay right now. We can do. How about talking about the passing of the torch and the victory when we didn't care about it in the last game of the season to keep them from the playoffs? Right,
man.
That's some Lambeau love right there.
Yeah, that's awesome. If there's any game on the schedule that just gets me juiced up every time, no matter what, it's that one, because you never know which way it's going to go. And you just hate them. Thank you, Barry, for the super chat. That's awesome. Appreciate you,
Barry. Will Johnson to Detroit, same as Hutch, that hometown guy.
I get that, but they're really not. They're not the same player. I don't think. I mean, I get they don't play the same position, but I don't think they play the game the same at all. Hawk 2, there she is.
Lions trade back is still live. Let's just kind of finger that a little bit as we think about the concept of what that might be. Brad Holmes takes what are we missing? We've got a third round comp, right? But otherwise we don't have a third round pick.
Yeah, we got 102, which is the comp.
Yeah. Do you take this and turn it into third and something, second, third? What do you do? What do you do if you trade back with this? I mean, where are you really targeting? What are you going to get out of a move like that, I guess?
Well, I mean, I'm going to pull up my article real quick from the Lions Wire from a few weeks ago. I wrote an article about trade back candidates for the Lions.
Yeah.
Where is it? I think I wrote about 3 potential ones. So one was a trade up with Atlanta. They obviously aren't going to do that. But a trade up with Minnesota. They could do Minnesota gets 28 and 102. Detroit gets 24. Maybe the Lions could get a 6th round pick next year in the deal, or a 5th round pick or something as well. But trading out,
it looks like. Sorry, go ahead. I don't.
No, you're good. I got to
I'm
scroll.
changing the subject. Okay, just go ahead. I'll just make a comment in the background while you're scrolling. It looks like they actually put on a pretty good draft there in Green Bay. I got to give them a little bit of credit for the show. It looks like they got a pretty good turnout and a pretty good setup there. It looks like it could be a pretty fun place to be right now.
100%. And it's in the middle of a neighborhood. I mean, could you imagine just walking out to your porch, grabbing the mail, and you're like, oh, hey, what's up, million people?
It's pretty wild. Good on them. Good on them for having such a shitty team, but a great draft.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. I didn't mean to take you off track there, buddy.
Yeah, no, you're good. If they traded with the Browns, getting the 33rd overall pick and the 94th overall pick would certainly be enough on the trade value chart. And then with the Giants, they've got 34 and 65 and 99. The one I had was they would get 34, 99, and 105. So they would get basically an extra day 2 pick, or day 3 pick. So they get they get 2 day 2 picks and a day 3 pick. So
we are getting news. We don't have the audio. We'll have to grab the audio of this later if this holds true. FTP chance at the draft is nuts. LOL. I'll throw an FTP in there. Great job on the draft, Green Bay, but fuck the Packers. Eagles trying to move up, according to Dan. There's probably some action there. Pierce is still there. Oh boy. I haven't seen any Florida boys go yet, have we? Come on.
No, I don't think we
won't see that for another draft or two before they get through the system.
Yeah,
system.
We might see one tomorrow, maybe like Chamari DK, the wide receiver. He might go late in the 3rd round, but
yep.
I'm a fan of him. I think he'd be a fine player anywhere he goes.
Yeah. Billy Napier, man, his life was on the line. He found new life this year, and he is really good at getting those high school picks. I love to see where this goes for them, especially as a Gators guy, right? I mean, with my son going there, you become a fan pretty quick, right? But it's interesting watching this team maybe go from a really tough spot to potentially turn around. So that Legway guy, he's really come alive. I'm interested. He's a sophomore. That guy could really do something for himself with the way he started out already. There's a young quarterback in the garden there. All right, Shane, got to get the super chats in there. Thank you, sir, so much for that. A big FTP with the Hawk Tua girl. This is Abby. That's awesome, Shane. I love that. I love that. On point, on time. What a good one. That's awesome. Pick is in. Pick is in. And there's a talk that it could be a wide receiver, which makes sense, to be honest with you, because I mean Christian Watson he's what I thought he would be. You know what I mean? He's got the hands that aren't the hands quite. They're a little stony. You know what I mean? Fast guy, but he hasn't seemed to change a whole lot from what he did at Senior Bowl, right?
Yeah.
He's still that same Christian Watson, and I don't mean to knock on him too hard, but haven't seen that. And then Dobbs, right? Same Senior Bowl, same guy, just not. They just haven't. It doesn't feel like they've changed or grown as players, really. They're still the same kind of guys out there. And maybe I'm overstating it, but it doesn't feel like we're getting a whole lot out of those guys.
No, I think realistically with this pick, they probably wanted Emeka Egbuka. They probably wanted Tet McMillan. But, you know, they get Matthew Golden. They needed another pass catcher. There's a lot of health concerns with certain players. You just look at Romeo this past year. He was kind of hit or miss. He had the concussion problems. Then there was kind of that locker room issue that popped up in the Packers. So I don't think they would probably, I don't know if they'll re-sign him or anything like that, but we all need to flood the chat with Super Chat FTP.
I'm all in on that. Yeah. I haven't Super Chatted you guys when you were on Bish. Or you and Bish. I mean,
yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
I was just trying to make you crack, man, with all my questions. And I'm like, if I Super Chat, he's got to put it up.
Yeah. Well, I was like trying to pay attention to everything. And then they were coming in so fast. And I'm like, I see the Super Chats, so I'm trying to get to those. And then I'm reading your comments and I'm reading about gout and everything else. And I'm like, what is happening right now? A lot was happening.
It's great. It's so fun. It's so fun, man. Let's see the massive Dan Campbell head being held up during the Packers pick is crazy work. Yeah. There's no one like Lions fans. This is why, like 10 years ago, like those were dark days in Lions history. It was still a riot to do the podcast with Lions fans. I mean, even with the losses as hard as it was, those days were absolute fun days in the podcasting space. And I don't know, it's hard to explain because it's way more fun as a football fan to win, but there it is. They took Matthew Golden. Kevin Alt praying for him to take the Sanders pick, and I apologize for not getting up there faster. Maybe we could have changed history. Vikings are on the cock again. Oh, did I misspeak? No, I don't believe I did.
I will say, just thinking back to doing shows of just like from the draft perspective of how much further ahead I would get in like just draft coverage. Like by October, I was already like 30, 40, 50 players deep sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we were already 0-8, you know, or 1-7 or whatever the case was. And now it's like, well, I can't really watch, you know, college tape as much this week because I got to prep for who the Lions are playing for. And then I'm rewatching the Lions game and breaking it down on Lions Wire and doing it on the show here. So there's so much more that's going into it, which I would much rather do. But obviously always prepared for this and having fun.
It's changed the face, man.
Yeah.
These broadcasts were like Super Bowl tiers broadcasts as we were like, everything else is over. At least we're into like the next year and the hope is back, right? I mean, and everybody was 57 mock drafts of their own deep, much less everybody else's. And I mean, we're talking picks in December, like talking about them seriously on the show, like as part of like the season when we have a game still coming in January, right? It'd be like December 3rd. It's crazy times, but man, to be hardened by fire in those times to where we are, it's really something, really a good time, really something.
It is, man. It's what it's all about. And listening to Dan Campbell talk today, like just the control that he has of himself in that locker room. And I really think of that entire building in Allen Park. Like I think he has so much control and so much of everybody being bought in. I think he's He's a leader of men, a leader of people. I think that guy could honestly run for president.
Yeah, Russ, keeping at it, brother. It's a slow crawl uphill. Let's see. FTV, they're already saying, I'm not even putting it up. Peaceful Tim has been right all along, but oh my God. No.
He is a text guy. He's going to get cold. That is true. And he does not play the same way he tested. Let me just say, he does not run a 4.2940 on tape. He just doesn't. Like, he has really good burst after the catch, but a lot of short area stuff. It's all going to be about, he's going to go and track some balls down the field, and he's going to make some adjustments along the sideline, but a lot of his stuff's going to be about timing and rhythm.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And this is one of those things with a guy like that. I mean, when you're talking wide receivers and quarterbacks, those are the two guys that team can break. Like, the Lions could break Caleb if they just, like, there's a mental thing. If he can't beat you for a couple years, it's going to be hard, and he's going to feel finally I beat him if he gets a win out. But it's an uphill battle. It's in their head. And he's going to have all kinds of problems because he plays for the Bears anyway. Now you look at Golden. We have a chance. I mean, with Jordan Love, too. He's not all that. I'm telling people, he's not all that. It's a good chance the Lions to just – they're both like on that couple of sticks when you're trying to make a campfire. They're on your knee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just about to just – you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's where they are. Don't let them slip. Don't let them slip out. Like, let's hear that crack.
I know Tim put the chat in there of what the Vikings are doing, and it's fine. It makes sense. I just thought maybe there was a chance he'd be a pick for the Lions, you know?
Yeah. He's further down. It's reachy again. You know what I mean? But if you're looking for that position, which they absolutely are, it's who's available, right? So they are not taking the best. They are going by need. You know what I mean? If that's the pick, it's straight need pick. Will Johnson, cornerback, still out there. Mike Green, still out there. Jihad Campbell, out there. Malachi Starks, out there. Josh Simmons, out there. Nick Manowari, out there. And Donovan Easy.
Yeah, Trey Amos, Jihad Campbell, Shador Sanders, James Pierce,
Nick Scarton.
Dude, I'm going to be really mad if James Pierce or Mike Green don't go in the first round, because I don't normally put character concern guys in the final mock draft. And I didn't have them in there, either of them, the entire time. And then I did something stupid that I normally don't do. Man, these comments are off the charts. Barry, you are out of line, my friend. What are we doing?
Yeah, I draw a different kind of crowd, Russ.
No, I'm fine with him, but I just
Donovan Jackson, there he went from Ohio State to the Vikings, the FTV. So again, I mean, he's your best inside lineman on the board.
Yeah.
It's a good time to get one, really. But I mean, they reached to me. I had him at 38 on my big board overall. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just
36 for me, somewhere around there. So, but I mean, look, you got to protect JJ. He's coming off the injury. You needed some help on the interior. So this makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's the trade. Houston to the Giants.
Giants
Quarterback coming. Is it Shador? I hope it's Shador.
That would be a Giants move right now.
I hope
it really would. Yeah.
Just because he's in my mock.
This would be a Giants move too. Now, what if they go Dart? What if, because like, look, right now, it's not I mean, Dart fits like right in, right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, Dart is the guy kind of late.
New York would kill Shador. Like there's no way that is going to be like stink on like oil and water. I mean, it's just not going to that's not going to fly there, right? Am I right or am I wrong? I mean, I just don't feel like.
No, you're right. I think going to get a quarterback, and I think getting Dart makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you think about Brian Daboll and what he's worked with over the years, he's had bigger body quarterbacks like Josh Allen, but he had guys that can move around and they had a bigger arm and great velocity. Jackson Dart has some of those things. He's only like 6'2", but he's a lot more mobile than you think.
I feel like I feel like he's, and I'm not by how he plays, but as psychologically, I feel like he's in the mold for a Giants kind of run team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the right. Man. This is crazy. Oh, I missed hold on. Full Metal Savage in the heat of the moment. These idiots are really going to let us have 2 Brian Branches.
Dude, if they take Malachi Starks, I might I might Steve Austin 2 Miller Lights. I'm telling you. I would love it. It's a good football player, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, Full Metal Savage! Thank you, sir, for that super chat, brother.
So the Giants gave up 34, 99, and a third rounder in 2026. The Texans, they get rid of pick 25. And I would have to assume with Jackson, Abuke, I know they probably think they, are probably pretty high on Josh Simmons, but they might just say, hey, we can move back and maybe get him there. So
the preview word is that it is Jackson Dart. That's the preview from Peaceful Tim. Now, we have a Do It Russ on the beers, the Miller Lights. And then we have a follow-up with Russ.
Dude,
I'm telling you would on the pod, and we have receipts.
Dude, I'm telling you, I will send the text to the wife. She'll run up, grab me the beers, and we will go. I'll probably take the Campbell jersey off.
That's probably okay. Yeah.
And I don't know if I can actually do the whole Stone Cold, but I'll take 2 beers and I'll chug them.
All right. Now we're going. See,
because if I do the Stone Cold, I'm going to get beer all over this new carpet, and she's not going to be happy.
Yes.
And then we're going to really see who runs the household.
Oh my God. I just knew it. Oh God.
I mean, I could see Malachi Starks to Baltimore, right? At 27. I could see him to the Rams. Just good football player.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. I want full-on college days of chugging. Well, dude, I'll shotgun that thing if you want me to.
Serious question. Why didn't the Lions seem interested in Starks, or was it smoke?
Well, I will say, like, those top 30 visits are really blown out of proportion. Like, I guarantee you, if you look at some of the players that got drafted, they didn't have a quote unquote top 30 visit. Like all these teams meet with all these players, Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl, Combine. They all have some type of meeting at some point to get a feeling out. And if they are questioning it, a lot of those top 30 visits are more so to bring them in on, hey, how healthy are you? We're going to have our staff look at your health. We're going to ask you more questions about your personal life and the serious things off the field. So maybe them just not bringing in Starks is just simply because they were blown away by him when they met with him at the Combine or whatever the case may be. So,
yeah. If you say Shador really fast, it sounds like shit door. Couple things. Okay. First, where do we go? Do the Rams go running back? Mike, I don't think so. Though they need one, I would see them trading back before they did, because as I look at my board, it's Travion Henderson, and he's like number 40 is like the next running back. And then even beyond that, the next one is Quinshon Judkins, right? 2 Ohio State guys. I just can't see him reaching for Caleb Johnson from, you know what I mean? Those were the next running backs on my list, at least. I just don't see them doing a reach. If they're that desperate for a running back, they're probably going to trade back to get in a position to get one, to get them at the right value point.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I saw like some mock drafts with a running back for the Rams, and I couldn't understand it in the first round. Like, you still have Kyron Williams, who's very good. They drafted Blake Corum last year.
Yep.
You don't need a 3-headed monster there. Like, I get it. You have an aging Stafford, but come on.
Yep. Why is Will Johnson falling? Why is Campbell? Jihad Campbell, yeah, I had him 20. I had Will Johnson at 12.
It's all medicals. It's all medicals. I mean, Johnson had the shoulder, he had the turf toe, he had the hamstring. There's the long speed questions. So now if he can't run and he can't play press man, now you got to play him in off or zone, and some teams don't always run zone or off man. And Campbell, same thing. He's got a shoulder, a knee. I mean, earlier this week, they had to post a video of him running on a treadmill. If you're showing that, there's a good chance there's a problem. So
and you got Shadur Sanders with mental health issues, a bad case of narcissism and whatever else is going on over there. I mean, it's just a mess.
Yeah.
It's all medicals.
Yeah. Luther Burden was having videos on Monday out about him running routes at practice. Like, that means there's questions, so Falcons on the clock. What?
Jackson Dart is on the way. Rams. I have the Rams on the clock. Unless there's a trade. I didn't see. I got 5 minutes, 4 seconds.
That's what that's what the chat just said. Detroit to trade with.
Well, no, that's a question. Detroit to trade a.
Okay. I thought that was a comment for a second. I was like, well, what?
Yeah, to jump Baltimore. But it would be the Rams, not Atlanta. Dart. Yup. Wow. Sanders now. There it is. Pump and dump. I need to screenshot the Hawktua girl with pump and dump here. This has got to be a recurring graphic on the show.
I will
Atlanta traded with the Rams. There it is. Atlanta traded with.
I like what the Giants have done. It's a cheap way of getting your quarterback. You got a pass rusher. I mean,
I like Jackson Dart. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. And I'm going to say this. I think I said it, or I tried to. He reminds me a little bit, not stylistically, but of like an Eli Manning kind of a pick. Kind of his affect, his brain. I think that's why he's going to fit so well in New York, right? I mean, he's a solid quarterback with a good arm. He's a little bit more mobile than Eli, who wasn't.
Right.
But that's not what I'm like when I think about him. It's the psychological profile for New York is where I put him as like almost a complete comp. You know what I mean? I think that'll fit really, really well there. I think the team will love it. Think the city will love it. And New York is a very, very tough city to play sports in. So
yeah,
you got to get the right one. Falcons traded a first rounder next year to move up to take over for.
They gave up 46, 242, and a first next year for 26 and 101.
This is going to be hilarious because the Rams don't know how to draft in the first round. What are they going to do with all those picks?
Just take solid ass players,
You would think. Yes. Okay. Ben Sigler, we'll have t-shirts, pump and dump. Russ, I saw you there, brother. We did a Hawktua girl in that circle, pump and dump. And Shadur Sanders in there somehow. Come on.
I'll try. I'll try to screenshot something later.
We got another Russ. Another Russ is our t-shirt guy. You don't have to, brother. You're free.
I thought you needed me to do it.
Never Say Die Design. He's out there. He does great work. Great work for us, man. He's the best. Let's see. All right, Campbell for the Falcons, right? What's the guess?
Well, I mean, at 15, I had James Pierce. So
you looking at the chat? Is that what you said?
Oh.
All right, Peaceful Tim, who has been on a run, who's in the ear at the phone bank at the NFL.
He's cheating
offices. Yeah, he's so far ahead. Like, this is further ahead than I've ever seen. Tim, you're going to have to tell me how you do this, brother. He's telling us that Pierce is now off the board, which I'm okay with that, right?
Dude, that is so crazy. They're showing Giants first-round quarterbacks, and it's Phillip Rivers with the 4th pick, but he wasn't actually the guy.
Yeah. I forgot that they actually had.
Like, why put him there though? Just put Eli there. Like, what are we doing?
I forgot that they actually had to do the pick and make the trade. It's crazy.
That's hilarious that they did that.
Okay, I gotta hit the Slack. There's a question. There you go. There you go, Slack. Love you, guys. Okay, selection's in, and Peaceful Tim nails it. James Pierce is now off the board for the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta quietly doing some good things over there. Not like last year's, I have to say, debacle, right? I mean, they're last year was a little bit difficult.
No, I agree with you. I don't mind what they're doing at all. I mean, they added Jalen Walker and James Pierce. I mean, James Pierce has character problems, right? But you brought in a guy at 15 that was getting crazy praise for his character. You got a teammate now that can keep him in line, hopefully, possibly. I mean, that's not bad for Atlanta that needed to go get a pass rush. I mean, this is you double down. It's expensive. It's an expensive, risky move for a character guy, but if you feel like that's what you need, go get it.
Yeah. Pat D says a lot to move up there and take him. Yes, it does.
I'm just pissed that the Rams got 2 firsts now next year.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they got their original, and then they got the Falcons.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. We got Baltimore, and then DET. What does that stand for?
When the Lions are on the clock, can the chat not say anything?
Tim, we ask, as much as we love you and we love what you've brought to us with your advanced knowledge and forethought and your external sensory perception. External.
Because I'm doing this with my phone right now. I'm doing this. I'm going to focus, and I'm turning it on Do Not Disturb.
Okay.
I don't want to be bothered. I'll answer your questions, but don't spoil the pick.
So many good players available to us. Strong Bad thinks the Lions are taking green. Deal. Thank you, Tim. Love you, brother. You've been awesome. You don't have to log off.
Yeah, don't log off. Don't listen to Ben.
Yeah. Tell us when you know. How about that? 3:50 left for the Ravens. Hilarious stuff going on here. Snacks are being opened. They're chocolate coated pineapple being open. We've got like 47 tons of snacks of our own, but we're going to open some hotel room snacks. My wife is not choking in the background. All right, let's go. Let's go, Lions. Let's see what we have. 3:15 left on the Baltimore Ravens. Mike Green is in the house. I feel like that's a guy that goes to Baltimore because Baltimore doesn't have a problem with character guys, and they actually do a pretty good job of straightening them out. Thoughts?
No, I think you're right. I think he would make a lot of sense. The only thing that worries me is like he played at Virginia, then he went to Marshall. He's from kind of that region, that area. Is that going to be problematic keeping him close to possibly some trouble? But at the same time, you're absolutely right. He fits their profile. He can stand up off the edge. He can turn speed to power. He's going to be productive. He should be. I mean, he was crazy productive this past year. He had 80-plus tackles as a defensive end. So a lot of production there. If it's not that, I mean, Donovan Ezeraku would make a lot of sense. I think pass rusher. Maybe they go Michigan's Will Johnson. I mean, Harbaugh's, they've gone to the well with Michigan before because Jim was the coach there. So maybe there's a little connection there. Maybe this is the Will Johnson spot.
While they're at commercial, I'm going to do a quick commercial for the Island Princess. Chocolate covered pineapple. Okay. While we have that, I do want to talk about, we're on commercial. We're doing all this other stuff. I have to talk about this drink. I want to give everybody, because this is the best freaking new drink I've had in a long time. This is called the Cane Fire Martini. Okay. And folks, write this down if you like a mixed drink. I'm going to give you just a quick look at what it looks like here. See if we can get this in there. It's spicy. It's not like overpowering alcohol, but it's not super sweet. It's got some heat. I had it with short ribs. It was freaking fantastic. I'm going to give you guys a recipe for this, and I'm going to tell you whoever makes this is going to be happier than they've ever been with a cocktail. 2 ounces of citrus vodka, half ounce of Cointreau, passion fruit, half ounce of passion fruit puree, and a half ounce of Hawaiian chili pepper water. And it is a blow your pants off delicious drink. And it's a little alcoholic too. It's awesome, dude. It is really good. So okay, there it is. There's all my commercials. Sorry, it was non-draft talk for a second.
I would give it a whirl, but I'm such a beer guy that I just would be like, yeah, give me a Miller.
Island Princess.
That's you. You're our Island Princess today.
I am into the Island Princess. Meet me in the Island Princess.
Huron Mark just said, did Chris say passion pubes?
I may have, but it's not what I meant to say. But my Tim's trolling. Tim's trolling. Don't look, Russ. Don't look. No.
Damn, the double beer dream is over. This is such a Ravens pick if they got Malachi Starks. Man.
Don't eat all those, babe. After this show, I need to. I'm going to get a funnel and start plumber's helper and start putting those things down. All right.
Should I just turn the lights purple and become a Ravens fan now?
Stop that.
Dude, if the Lions take Will Johnson, I'm not going to be mad, but I'm not going to be happy. Maybe I'll be happy.
Tell me why. Why? Tell me why. Tell me
the injuries concern me. The long speed worries me on the perimeter a little bit. Like 4.57 is less than ideal. But again, he is banged up. But that's the problem. He's banged up. And then like there's just been some of this questioning of if he kind of likes football or not, you know? So just makes me wonder, like, is he just not on their radar at all?
Malachi Starks is gone.
And Starks is gone. I mean, Josh Simmons is there. And
Jihad.
Who? Oh, Jihad, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were making fun of Shedeur Sanders' name or something.
No. Soil Sample Sanders. Kapler 97, happy birthday from Maui. Giving you your shout out. There you go, brother. Happy birthday on a draft day for the Lions, where we're going to see Nick Skirton is there. This is it. Mike Green, Alejandra. I just don't see it. I don't see it as a Lions guy. I think he's a really, really great pick. Really, really great player. But I just don't see Mike Green making his way to the Lions. The same thing as we were talking about just now. Will Johnson, I have him at number 12 overall. And a little tweaked up. Not a big lover of football. Is he ever going to come back once he gets the money? You know what I mean? Why should he?
No, 100%. I was just looking at one of my bets. I need Trey Amos to go in the first round, and I'd win quite a few bucks. But what was the question? I'm sorry.
I don't think so. Campbell could be the Anzalone replacement. I hope they trade down. That's definitely a possibility. We'll see. The pick is in for the Detroit Lions. The pick is in.
Man.
All right, you got to name it. What do you have?
Oh, I'm looking, dude. Screw it. I'm gonna go. Jihad Campbell's what my gut is saying, but I'm just gonna go with Luther Burden. Screw it.
Wow.
And look, this guy's on a mission. Malachi Stark's on a Michigan. He's on a mission. He's gonna be so good. Him and Kyle Hamilton's gonna be nasty.
Yeah.
The NFL is so dumb. The NFL is the dumbest league in the world.
Do you want to drink the beers in a lament? You see. Oh, poor guy.
I might as well at this point. It's so frustrating because he went the pick before, but back to the what matters. My gut says Jahad Campbell, but I still think Luther Purdon is sneaky here.
Yes.
But Donovan Ezeraku makes a lot of
sense. That's right. I meant Dez. D-Easy.
That's fine. That's a fine fit, man. That is a good pick.
All right. There's our draft board. Wasn't blanked out. Okay. The Detroit Lions are up. Spaghetti. Yeah. The NFL's be happy that Holmes is using up the whole clock. I need to chop this clock. Let's go. Got stuff to do, places to go, people to see.
Ocean is calling this man.
This is the time when you got to hurry up, Brad. Don't better back the fuck up, Brad. I'm from Detroit. It's time.
Wrap this up, Brad. Come on. My favorite part now is that when they announce this pick, I get to dive into the film and I get to break it down. That's what I can't wait for. That's going to be my whole night, and I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
Pot of coffee's going to go upstairs. Yeah, we're going to drink coffee at 11:15. I can't wait. Am I a psycho for that?
No, you're not a psycho at all. Not in the least. Not for that, at least.
Right.
Oh, man. Let's see. What do we got? All right. Okay. We've got the Lions pick is in.
I don't even see.
Got the sombrero going.
Oh, there's the one guy. Man, I always forget his name. The season ticket holder guy.
Caprioni or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Here we come.
He's not. I don't have anybody on my screen yet. They're showing the analyst. What is it gonna be, man? What do we got in the chat? Anybody say anything?
Let's see. People are talking, looking ahead. Crackman's there, of course.
Somebody mentioned Tyleek Williams. I could see that 100%.
Yeah. I'm just waiting. Like, where are the cheerleaders? That's what Green Bay doesn't have going on. That's what's missing, right?
I remember we didn't have cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Uglier days.
Definitely.
The best is going to training camp with my kid, who still might be in the chat, but we'll go with like him, his buddies, and we'll take him.
He's at the podium.
And they meet the cheerleaders and stuff and seeing how awkward they are. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's so awkward. Yeah.
For them.
It is for me too. Tyleek, there it is. Tyleek Williams out of Ohio State. Yep. Defensive tackle. Okay. We talked a little bit about that. That's a little bit down the board for me again. But I don't hate it at all.
No, I think it's a fine value pick. It's a kind of I don't want to say plug and play, but it gives you insurance with Aleem McNeil being injured. And we all know that he's probably not going to be ready for the start of the season.
Yep.
I get it. You know, the want for Ezeraku and a couple of other guys, but Tyleek was my 42nd ranked player, 6'3", 334, just a solid, strong, stable guy on the interior. His hands hit hard, stout run defender. So I love this fit. This is long-term for DJ Reader. And again, it's the insurance for Aleem McNeil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go. I love it. Let's go.
Yeah. Again, this kind of fits a couple of spots, and this is, this is Brad Holmes special, right? You're checking a couple boxes with this. You have a guy, number one, when you're having problems with Aleem and he's out, you've got a guy that can come in. You got a player, a first round better be a starter kind of player right there.
Yeah.
Aleem comes back. You got a guy that can play next to him. You got a guy that can rotate. You got a guy that's kind of a future, right? You just signed Aleem for a long time. You need depth in the middle of that line. You just don't have it. It's smart. It's quality. It's not a sexy position, right? It's probably the only knock I can give is it's a
people,
sexy position, right?
Right.
And that's not a knock because every position's important.
Yeah, but I mean, you had, people wanted Gray Zabel. They wanted Tyler Booker. That's who I had. I mean, you want offensive linemen. That's not sexy either. So, I mean, the picks we know are wide receivers, pass rushers, and the run on the pass rushers kind of win. Ezeraku makes sense.
Hold up. Penei Sewell, what's he on, his 14th kid now? He's got to be sexy, right? So, and let's not just talk about him like as a whole group, because there are some sexy men out there.
No, I love watching offensive line play. We all know that,
Yeah, I love the pit, man.
Yeah, no, look, I like it because it's a pick that makes a lot of sense, and you needed to do it. It's safer than anything else. So,
yeah, and this, good point. Zadarius Smith on speed dial. Here we go, right? Now you got ZD on the outside. You got Hutch back on the outside. You got Aleem. You got Tyleek. All of a sudden, that's a pretty fearsome foursome right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That really is.
100%.
I mean, next year, there's always an edge next year. You know what I mean? To kind of.
Well, and the Lions can go to that 5-man front. They could bump Hutch out and play him standing up, or if they brought back Zadarius Smith, like you could roll with McNeil, Reeder, Tyleek, Hutch, Zadarius, or you could put, Jack Campbell down there or whatever you want to do. Like you get a guy that can play so many spots. It's them. This is a single that can be a double all day long.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I see what you're saying. I feel like this is a pretty good. This is a double.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I mean, from what it sounded like through the pre-draft process, not only were they high on him, but at the same time, he was a player that checked a lot of boxes from the character perspective, locker room guy, a lot of praise for his time at Ohio State and how he carried himself. So
yeah.
I can't believe we've been on stream for 3 hours. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. It's nothing.
I know, but crazy.
Just wait. We're going to suck you in to do the St. Jude, the full 24, brother.
I'll do it.
Yeah? You do 24 hours?
About football? You kidding me?
I love it.
Yes.
Does this mean this is the last year for Levi? Jacob asks. Levi, this is the last year. If Levi doesn't absolutely take the next step, I think this is his last year anyway. But yeah, this really puts it hard. It's a hard one for him to reach.
Yeah. Which, look, he never lived up to what we wanted him to be. It just is what it is. It's unfortunate, but he just never became what we wanted him to be, and that back stuff really, really hurt him.
Yeah. And I mean, he's had those flashes where he's like, oh my God, he's going to overcome. He's going to be the guy that can overcome something that's never been overcome before. And he's a good medium, good kind of. I mean, probably took him too high, but he's a solid depth player.
Yeah.
Can you sign him for something less? Maybe that's where he becomes as a depth player. Right.
Yeah. I would think he would probably test the market, go somewhere else, somebody that's going to overspend, and that's fine. And if it doesn't work out, maybe he comes back. You never know.
Yeah.
I agree with Nathan on that Muhammad disrespect in the chat.
Where is it? Oh yeah. With it on. Yeah.
I like that guy.
I do too. I mean, the best thing he did is take 69. He had no problem, no bones about it. Okay. You got to you wear that number proudly. He got right. 2 sacks in his time on the field? 1 or 2
or 3, but he was just always just he
always
was disruptive,
disrupting.
man.
Yeah. Chris has already plotted to kill this guy with stink bug jelly beans, just like he iced Case and Riz. I did kill Riz. Riz, he had a big health issue this year. He's so much better. He looks so much better now, and I'm so glad he got through it because it was a tough one. Even at Senior Bowl, he was fighting it. He looked just as bad at the end of the last 24-hour broadcast that we did. Like, he was a corpse, man. Who did I miss at 29? Shit, I missed 29.
Josh Connerly.
Thank you.
Well, if this is Trey Amos for Buffalo, that would be fantastic.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
We win some money.
Why not Will Johnson?
Well,
if you're going to go Trey Amos, why not Will Johnson?
That's true. I mean, I don't know.
Will Johnson is going to be that Brian Branch guy for somebody. I really feel like it right now.
He could be. Like, I'm thinking of where he might end up, like on day 2, right? Like, is it Houston? It's crazy, but would it be Houston? Like, they traded down, they just take defensive players. D'Amico Ryans can move him anywhere. That's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah. I want to Kermit. Somebody predicted this could be the least trade heavy draft in the years. Was spot on. Yeah. What is it? 2 trades? Cleveland and Atlanta. Jacksonville with Cleveland moved up, and Atlanta took the spot of the Rams. Is that the only two, right?
Yeah, Giants, and we had 3 trades so far tonight. The Jags with Cleveland, Giants with Houston, and Atlanta with the Rams.
Yep. Ash with the Ashley wisdom, and you can see the in the Abby that he's got the wise light shining over from behind his head. Every year, people end up saying, "If you just changed the round, they took him, and he looks great." No, he was right. Every time he's been right. That's kind of it. Oh, man. Thank you, Rick. Wish Brad Holmes knew football as well as fans do. God almighty. That's the truth, man. We take the defensive end, the inside line tomorrow and smash it crazy. We'll see. Yeah, this is going to be nuts. It starts out like, Brad Holmes is toying with people. He just does it different. And I just don't feel down on this pick. I don't either. I think this is it's just not a sexy position. Is that why? Because I'm just seeing some stuff out there about people trying to cope or whatever. I don't know.
Well, I think the thing is, as Araku was there, but like the Lions have like almost like a threshold for defensive ends. Like you got to be 6'5", 260, 270. You got to be able to play the run and hold your own at the point of attack and set the edge. And I'm not saying Azaraku doesn't do that. He does. But to do it consistently in the NFL, there's some question marks. Maybe they feel this way because of Roy Lopez. They signed him, but it was only a 1-year deal. Like they're not going to be able to keep all these guys. Roy Lopez signed for what, 1 year, $4 million. So if everything goes right, he might be getting 3 years and $6 million per year, 3 years for 18 or 19, 20 next offseason. So you're not going to be able to keep all these guys. And they know that. But now you have all this depth. And what hurt them? The lack of depth in the middle. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted defensive linemen. So
yep. Yeah. Watch his tape. I mean, holy shit, man. He is Vita-esque at times. We need someone to pair with Aleem going forward. Absolutely.
Plus, we don't know what Aleem's going to be after a knee injury. I mean, that's a serious knee injury. Like, that's a big guy coming back off a knee.
Well, you know who does know? Brad Holmes. Brad Brad Holmes knows. So I'm look. Well, everything's a we'll see, but I don't think this is. I don't think this is going to be a problem at all. I think this is a good pick. It's insurance. It's a starter, a strong starter. It looks like. It's both insurance and a future. It checks a couple of different boxes. And now, how do they use this tool? Right. Well, I don't want to call him a tool, but now how do they use him? How do they use him? Right. And I have a feeling that they're going to use him very well. Here's the other part. What is Kelvin Shepherd going to do with this defense? How is he going to change it and put his stamp on this defense? And what does this mean for that? What does this belie in the grand plan of a Kelvin Shepherd defense of what they want and what they want to do? Does this inform us of anything there? Does it tell you anything, Russ?
Yeah, I mean, this is allowing Shepherd to mix and match different combinations. It's not forcing him to the previous roster with the previous defensive coordinator and almost following suit with what he had. Like, you brought back some similar guys, but you brought in fresh faces like Williams now, Lopez. Now he can mix and match because, again, McNeil is not playing the first 4 to 6 weeks. There's no way.
Exactly.
So you need to win those games. Like, you barely won the NFC North this past year. You're going to have to win those games.
Yeah.
This guy can play for you right away. So I think that this allows the flexibility, the versatility. We kind of already talked about it, possibly 5 down, linemen, or just a 5-man front, and you can mix and match. You can go to an odd front with 3 down linemen. There's so much that you can do with this. And the most important thing is he was considered one of the best run stoppers in the draft. So we know what the Lions value, stopping the run. There goes Maxwell Harrison, not Trey Abel.
Max. Oh, I wanted him. I loved him. He's such a good kid.
West Bloomfield kid.
Yep.
But look, I'm fine with it. I love I like Tyreek. I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yep. I think so too. And look, what is it? You got to stop the run. You got to stop the pass. You got to sack the quarterback. That's kind of defense, right? Stopping the run. This helps ensure that we plug any holes or gaps that may be in that space. And that also allows Aleem, if he gets better, a little bit of space there potentially to get loose, because that's one thing he can do is get loose and get into the backfield, right? With a guy like this, you have yourself a hutch on the outside to get some pressure in there to get after the quarterback too. A guy like this, a big fella, being able to take up two people, being able to stuff that run, to stop that, force a Caleb into a passing situation because nothing's moving in the middle of the line, right? Now you got him on the outside. You got Hutch on one side, right? So now you got this mobile guy who can only go one way. And then you've got Terrion Arnold. You got Rakestraw. You got Meek. You got Kirby. You got Branch. You got, right? You're building a whole defense. You're building a whole defense here. And this is one of the things that we've watched Brad Holmes do. He built, year one, you had Jared Goff and nobody to throw to, and everyone thought Jared was done for. All of a sudden, you get him some weapons, and all of a sudden, Jared Goff looks at, wow, this guy can throw. He can quarterback. What the heck, right?
Yeah.
The defense has been the last thing that Brad Holmes has really been putting his stamp on and building out. And now between him, Coach Campbell, and God, I like Max Harrison a lot, and Kelvin Shepherd. Going to be interesting, man. Going to be interesting to see what this defense does and how it evolves.
Yeah. Well, and Eagles on the clock now. They just moved up one spot. You would have to imagine Will Johnson possibly their guy, right? I mean,
yeah, that's a team, absolutely.
Mike
right?
Green, maybe Jahad Campbell makes a lot of sense here.
Shedeur Sanders to Kansas City.
I could also see, honestly, I could see Josh Simmons here. I really could.
Who wants wonder if someone moves up for Sanders to get that 5th year. Who wants 5 years of that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad for the guy. I honestly do. Like, I know a lot of it's probably self-inflicted, and again, I've never met him, but people that I've spoke with at the Shrine Bowl, like, really praised him. But I don't know. I didn't get to meet him one-on-one, so I don't know. But I just feel for him because a lot of it I know is media driven, Final 2 picks.
Final 2. It's almost dinner time.
Dinner time.
Time
It's
to eat.
11:30. Where are you guys going to go to dinner?
I don't know. Might eat in. Might eat out. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Is it all inclusive?
No. It's a giant ass resort. It's like got a bunch of places, and then we got a car we can go around, and we haven't really decided. So
cool. Don't know that.
There's a million choices. You know what I mean? That's the joy of it. So after my beautiful wife taking the time to allow me to do this, cover the draft in year 10 in the middle of this, I will go anywhere she likes.
You're so nice. Look at you.
I don't know if I'm that nice, but all right, come on, Eagles. The pick is in. Let's do this. 33 is Cleveland. What?
That's where Shador is going to go, right there.
That would make sense, actually. He really would. I mean, you are the place for hackneyed bullshit quarterbacks. Why wouldn't you just do it again, right?
And I mean, think about it. Where's he going to go? You know what I mean? Like, Saints, it doesn't sound like the Saints wanted him. So
maybe could you wait until could you wait till like a 3rd or 4th round because nobody wants him? I mean, at some point somebody's just gonna take him, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, New Orleans at 40.
How far do you think he could fall before there's just so let's put it this way. What number pick do you think, regardless of the teams, before you just have to take him?
Man.
The number gets bigger the more I think about it.
Yeah.
Because the further he falls, the less anybody really needs him. And now it's all the mouths and the bullshit that comes with him that just gets in the way. The price of taking him becomes higher.
Right. I look at 40 and I look at 40. Like, I don't see the Jets taking him at 42. I don't know if he goes any further than 40. There's no way the Saints can pass on him, but it didn't sound like they liked him through everything we've heard through the process.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Somebody's falling, and Milroe could be the pick at 33. So,
yeah. I mean, like, what? Oh boy, this. So this is absolute shade on Sanders, right? And again, this is where AstroTurf, like the whole thing over there, felt like just a marketing scheme, right?
Yeah,
like a Ponzi scheme, like an MLM. They're selling you the whole family, right? If you buy in now, you got Dion, but you buy in, you get Shadur in the next level. You know what I mean?
Right. You get this tier, and then this tier.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. Whew. This is something. Yeah. This is something really interesting, and I think this is going to be like, because part of what Dion sold, even at Colorado, like it was that all my people, like I remember when his whole, I forget what the stupid thing he kept saying was in his opening like speech to the team and everything, right? My people will get you. Like it was all about the social media, right? It was all about. It wasn't. I don't know, man. Just.
No, it was never about like building you up as a young man, as a player, ensuring that you have the character and all that. And I'm not discrediting what they do behind the scenes. I have no idea, but you're right. It was everything was in the media. And when you're doing an interview and there's 14 people standing behind you, it's just not a good look. Like you don't need an entourage.
Yeah. It just wasn't about Eagles Chiefs trade. There you go. It wasn't about we're going to build an amazing program. You knew he wasn't there for the long haul. You know what I mean? That's just, right. But that's a program that they're just looking for a bump, right? Maybe we can get some revenue, then we can hire a real coach and build a real team and get some real, like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I don't know. He'll be available tomorrow night. We'll obviously see what.
Jihad Campbell, Alabama linebacker, goes to the Eagles.
That kind of sucks because he's gonna be good there.
Anybody's gonna be good at the Eagles right now. I mean, there's like who in the top 25 players, the top 30 players, wouldn't be good on the Philadelphia Eagles team besides Sanders.
Yeah. No, I mean you're right. You're absolutely right.
A fully built team, man.
Yeah, and
the best thing that the Lions that could have happened to the Lions is Sanders went to the Eagles. Actually,
that would have been something.
Yeah.
In my mock, though, I do have the Chiefs taking Mike Green, so that would be a nice way to close this thing out.
Ooh.
I don't think they'll go that way, but
yeah. What about? I'm trying to remember how they look at cornerback.
They got Shamari Connor. They got McDuffie. They got a nickel too. Is it Fulton or Fenton? Yeah. Fenton. So I think they're pretty well rounded there. I'm sure they could use another guy. So if they went Trey Amos, I would completely understand it.
Will Johnson.
Will Johnson.
He's still out there. He's another one that's getting all kinds of shade right now, to be honest with you. He should have gone long ago, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Josh Simmons is one that's kind of in the space. If you need an offensive lineman, Amanawari, safety, sitting there, and Dez.
I'm so mad that I put Amanawari in my draft. Like, I don't view him as a first round player. He's like 60th on my board. I'm just so stupid.
You probably screwed up mine because of that too.
I know. Me too, man.
Put the weighting off on our deal. Like, now the whole intelligence of our intelligence is dumber. We're all dumber for having listened to you, Russ. Oh man, Chiefs need offensive line.
I've been saying that for 2 years.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Don't worry about it. Chiefs need OL.
Simmons makes a lot.
Yeah.
Of sense.
Might be losing me. I'm not sure if I'm losing Russ or he's losing
Ursery from Minnesota. He might be the next if you don't have any concern. Like, if you want. Are we back now?
Yeah. I don't know if we're losing you or me. I'm on the hotel Wi-Fi. So pick is in for the Chiefs. We'll get 32 in. I promise we'll get all 32 in. So for the folks watching, who's freezing, me or Russ? Is it the Maui connection or the Michigan connection? It's Russ. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably me.
Laying pipe here in Maui, my friend. I got the
It's probably the 3 TVs that I have going. So.
There you go. Bunches of streams.
Am I still freezing?
No, not now. You're all good.
Oh, okay.
They keep showing the Eagles pick. We're waiting for the Chiefs pick is in. Oh, Peaceful Tim says the Chiefs chose young Yosh Simmons.
Yeah, no matter how many times I look at this, I would have never. No way. 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs. Man. Did they list Travis Hunter as a wide receiver? Do you remember?
Let me see. Did they? I don't know what they did. Let me see what I have him as. Where do I find him? I'm losing him. Oh, it's right. I know he's right here. Where should he be? Travis Hunter.
They probably did
his control
CB F. Wide receiver.
Yeah.
It is a risky pick for sure, taking an injury guy, but at the same time, they don't have any longevity at offensive tackle. So
right.
I mean, they don't have they signed Jalen Moore, but Jawan Taylor's probably done after this year, so this allows Simmons to get right. And it's just, I mean, good football team doing what they do.
Yeah. Pick is in. Last pick. Let's do that. Let's see. All right. Yep. Okay. So I'm seeing he wasn't best player available. BZ Ski. Yep, you're right. He wasn't. Love you too, Anon. Thank you, brother. Probably wasn't the BPA. Probably wasn't the best player available, but I think Brad's doing this a little bit differently. Or he was Brad's best player available. One or the other. But he was a little bit down the board for me, but I understand the pick. Inherently. Josh Simmons, Ohio State, goes to the Chiefs. I understand the pick, and I'm not broken up about it at all. If you talk about really where these guys are and the differentiators between some of these guys, I don't think they're that great. I think you're going to find a guy who's a perfect Lions fit on the line and does what they need in their scheme, and that's what they're after. I think some of what Holmes might have been talking about get your popcorn, is that things are going to be changing as to how they approach the defense, right? Aaron Glenn had his way of doing it. And I think that they're doing things a little bit differently and looking at it a little bit differently. Last year, they kept evolving the defense all year just because of injuries and what they had. I think they're thinking about how they do these things a little bit differently and what that effect has had. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow will be really interesting. Really interesting to see how everyone this happens all the time when people get a little bit questionable about these first round picks from Holmes. Day 2 comes in, they're like, oh yeah. And then, like Ash was saying it earlier, well, if they'd only put him in this round and then him in this round, then it makes perfect sense, right? It's like, well, yeah, it makes sense for you, but they got the guys they wanted and they got them just fine, right? And it all winds up okay. So I'm not worried. Again, where we've gotten from, I can't even think of his name, Quinn, to where we are with Holmes right now, I have full trust, and I think that's a good pick who's going to make a very strong. His presence is going to be felt on that defensive line. He is going to impact what these Detroit Lions do on defense, and people are going to love what he does, even though it's not the sexiest position on the field. And I think it's going to turn out to be another one of these Brad Holmes. We're looking at the whole package, not just trying to get a couple stars kinds of things.
100% agree. I mean, if they would have gone with Josh Simmons, you would have been mad that they took a guy with an injury. If they would have took Mike Green, you would have been mad that they got a guy with a character problem. It's like, no matter what he would have done, you wouldn't have been happy because you would have found the negative. So
yep.
You found a guy with a clean bill of health, bunch of positives to his game as a run stopper. He can generate some pass rush. He's versatile on the interior. He gives you, again, we talked about it before, insurance on the pick. It makes a ton of sense. It's a solid pick. Like we said, It's a double all day long.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you.
Another super chat there.
Yeah. Oh, we did. Oh, wait. Yes. Barry. I'm sorry. I missed it. Did any other team want him? Serious question from the super chat.
Tyleik Williams?
Yeah.
I mean, the Buffalo Bills were all over him. From Jordan Schultz back on April the 9th, he met with the Eagles, Bills, Texans, Packers, and had in-person visits with the Ravens, 49ers, and Lions.
There you go. All right. Well, Russ, I loved it. Good time. You spent a lot of time with me, and you were still signing up for 24 hours. You're a little crazy.
Well, I like hanging out with people I like hanging out with, so.
There you go. It
all works out.
Well, we are going to make it work out, and we'll definitely get together next time I'm in town. Put some beers back, and maybe I'll get you to try one of those spicy cocktails.
Call the National Guard.
They just might. All right, my brother. Thank you. Everybody else, thank you for joining us for this. Oh, Shane, thank you for the super chat on the way out. Well done, fellas. We love the DLP, FTP, and Hatua to you, my good friend Shane. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you all for joining us and for doing the whole thing. We really, really do appreciate you guys and gals for joining us for this, and happy you enjoyed it with us and putting it all together. Russ, there was a rumor that you might be trying to get together with Bish for day 3. Are you guys still kind of chitter chatting about that, or do you You think you need a little bit of a break?
That I do not know.
All right.
Once Saturday, Sunday hits this week, we got football both days. It's going to get pretty chaotic. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see.
Stay tuned. We'll see what happens. There's all kinds of stuff to know and find out as this breaks down. But definitely, as the week goes on next week, we will have a look at and a refreshed view on everything going on with the Detroit Lions, the draft, and what's happened, what's gone right, what's gone wrong, and what to expect out of these picks as we go forward. Adam, thank you. Thank you all. And to you, Shane, these nuts. All day, baby. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next time on the Detroit Lions podcast. Russ, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.